Hello and welcome to Group C of the round of 24 here at ASL Season 20, done in partnership with Google Play and Gravity. Yesterday's games in Group B were a ceremony of aggression and a celebration of skill that had us all glued to the TV screen. As we wait with bated breath, let's meet our players ahead of Group C. Hi guys. Hello. First up, Tier 1 player Mini. Today marks
See all the game releases? I was kind of let down, to be honest.
What do you have in store for us this season?
The only thing that I saw that I cared about
I have called you here to save our people, to save our way. Over the ages, we have known pain like no other, but we endured, and we became mighty. Now, outsiders dishonor our shores, and we have stood by, doing nothing. Hear my voice, ancestors! Show us your strength! Show us the true way! I understand.
Good morning, Eddie!
The true Makura Makoi will rise.
Act 4! 3 interlude acts, 35 new areas, 24 new bosses, support gem overhaul, massive skill reworks, 40 lineage supports, 25 new endgame maps, new items, new notables, sprinting, a new entire trade system inside of the game, and of course, Rise of the Abyssal. This is the new league, I'm pretty sure. Goon, Rise of a Kingpin. No, but like that looks so... It comes out August 29th, guys. It's fucking next week. Next week, we get the fucking, basically, the next expansion for Path of Exile 2. So we're gonna be playing Path of Exile 2 next week, guys. Fucking
getting eliminated in the round of 16 recently. I need to make it far.
Looks pretty dope, but I already live there.
An opportunity to do so.
Yay, another hack and slash. It's PoE 2, Busta Nut. Fuck you.
All the hot shots have been gathered
it's
in one
fucking
place.
PoE 2, bro.
There's 2 guys I don't like here. Both of them have knocked me out in the past. I didn't fancy playing against them. I will have to win whatever it takes. Whatever it takes, Mini will try to win. Up next, someone perhaps not familiar with this stage. He is the champion of ACS.
Saber!
Here, it's Saber. How does it feel?
Oh, I'm excited to see a new face, guys!
I am so out of my depth.
I wanted a new gen of something, not just a old game reskin.
Today is my first time coming to the studio.
But Path of Exile 2 is a new game, Bustinut.
Are you excited? Yes, I am.
It's still technically an early release. It's still in beta.
You would like to leave an imprint, an impression, even if it's on just one person. Could you elaborate? How do you see yourself leaving a mark? I would
The whole
like
game
to
aspect is
go
something
by
we've
like a
had.
whirlwind. Saber says he wants to be a breakout star. Can't wait. Up
Stop
next, we
being a
have our
poopy
TF3
head.
player who returned
Bust a
to us,
nut.
having just finished his military service. It's Soma. It's been a while since we last
Soma!
played Season 16. How does it feel to be playing again? Yes, I was stationed in Cheolwon in Gangwon province. I was busy defending our nation. I missed this. I'm really glad to be back. Are you happy to be here today? Are you going to enjoy this?
Silksong looks
I'm going to have fun
dope,
today.
Levi.
If we look back at the previous
And they
season,
said it, they confirmed it's coming out before the end of 2025.
with you. And that's how you got
Wait, didn't they
back
have a
to
thing
speed, I think.
today for it?
Percentage-wise, to
For
what
the
degree are you
official
happy with
announcement
form
for the
shape?
official release date? I don't know when the release date is. I'm guessing it's in December or November.
120% back. What? You've returned to 120% of your former level? Way to make us look forward to your games today. Up next, we have Tier 3 player Sak. The qualifiers were not an easy journey for him,
Fifth?
but you're
Wait,
once again
what?
getting ready to play in the round of 24. What do you have in mind this
I didn't
season?
know it was coming out that early. Holy
I'm
shit.
always getting knocked out in the round of 24. I'll treat this as an opportunity and make
I
it
did
out of
not
50.
know it was that soon.
All 4 players are treating today as
Guys,
some sort
I
of
gotta play
opportunity.
Hollow Knight.
If we take a look at Sak's record over the last 3
I've
seasons,
never played
he
it.
got
I've
knocked out
only
in the
watched
decider
people
match
play
in the round
it.
of 24 every single time, which must sting. Do you
Soon
think it's
enough
fair to maybe advance quickly through the winners
that
match
we can
here this
trust
time?
it'll come out.
At first,
Fuck
I
yeah.
thought, well, this is a difficult group. But
Should
then
play it, it's goated.
played
Yeah, I know,
Holly
Levi.
with Soma. And hey, you know what? It's doable. I would usually end up going to the decider match through the losers. I'll try and go to the winners instead and advance today. Looking forward to it. Now, the highlight of that ACS and of Saber's play was ZVZ. What
Look
really
at
stood out
Minnie.
was his
Minnie's just
team
sitting there like, I
scale
can't
offense.
believe I'm not in the round of
upset with your
fucking
aggression
4.
today?
I can't believe I didn't
Yeah, I
get
only got to show
seeded.
my ZVZ
This is
that
fucking
time. Today,
bullshit.
I
He
will
didn't even
show
make it into
that I
the
know
last
how to play against
ASL. He
Protoss
got
as well.
kicked out.
Saber says he has got things to show today. Turning to Sak, it would really seem that perhaps Zerg is what he needs to overcome in the round of 24. Let's not beat about the bush. You've been on a slump against Zerg in the tournament proper. Do you think you can turn a new leaf in this first
I
DVZ
think
against Soma
Saber
today?
is also Zerg. So
Oh,
I
yeah,
think
I saw
Soma and
someone do a
Soma
breakdown.
and
I had a
Saber are the
25%
two
win rate against
Zergs.
Zerg. Well, this guy also has a 30%
Sock is
win rate against
Terran
Terran,
and
so
Minnie is
yeah,
Protoss.
it's going to be 2 losers battling it out. I think it's a doable match. Sak thinks it's doable. Now, this is a match many will surely be hoping for. Second highest win rate against Zerg, Mini, and
Yup.
third highest win rate against Protoss, Soma. If
Yup.
these two were to play, how would this pan out? Many are wondering.
The
Despite
two highest
Soma's
win rates on
period
each side.
of
I think
inactivity, this should be a great game.
I think
Let's
Soma
hear
will
what the
probably
players
win.
think one by one.
잘했는데
He used to do really well. He did damn well before he went to the army, but now it feels like he just keeps getting lucky.
Ooh, damn.
It's like rather than late game,
They
he
love
went sort of
talking
early
shit to each
mid-game.
other. Absolutely love talking
I'll
shit
just
to
have
each
to
other.
get off to a good start. Minnie says that Soma played very well before he went to the army, but
I
now
love
he's
the
winning
voiceover,
because he's
yeah.
lucky. Soma, what do you think? He's got me dead to rights. I focus on early to mid game. Anyhow, this game is for sure going to happen. It's going to be in the winners match. Please look forward to it. Soma says this will be the
True.
winners match today, and he hopes you look forward to it. Can't
True.
help but feel excited. Before we jump into the games, let's have some final remarks from our players to close things out, starting with Minnie. I will do well today in the round of 24 and have a good run this season.
I mean, if you look at it, Soma and Minnie are champions
I
in
will
like the
advance
modern
to first
era.
place.
Whereas the other two are just like throwaways.
Whenever I played in
So if you're
tournaments, I
betting
feel
on them,
nervous.
you're betting on the underdogs.
How am I supposed to feel nervous with
Just
these
because
guys
Minnie
around?
didn't make
I'll
it
show
into
you
last
the game.
season because he had the worst bracket ever and Queen knocked him out of
Whatever
getting into
happens,
the
I'm gonna
in the
beat Soma.
qualifiers, and it was like guaranteed that like either Rush,
From the get-go today,
Queen,
thanks to our full
or
players.
Minnie weren't gonna make it
Thanks for the
in
interview.
because of how the bracket wound up. It was so fucked up.
This is
And Mini was
ASL
the one who didn't make it in.
Done in partnership with Google Play and Gravity. Who will end up making it into the round of 16 today? Let's start the first match and find out.
I think Mini's gonna come out first, Soba's gonna come out second.
What's up, everybody? It's time for Group
And it's
C,
not even gonna be
the third
close.
day of the ASL
The only close
Season
game will
20.
be
We're in the
between
round of 24. We've got a very even
who goes
split
out
racially
first.
here for this group. It should be a fantastic one. So far, our first 2 days were amazing.
Yup.
They were really entertaining. Although yesterday we had no Zerg players,
Yeah.
so kind of nice to get a couple of those in here today. As far as this group goes, though, it feels predictable a little bit. I'd be really shocked if Mini and Soma don't get through. Like,
Yeah.
they really are another level. I love
Yeah.
Sock. He's a great player.
But he's
Saber
just-
has been top 3 on the ladder a lot recently. He's been working.
They're
very
going up
hard for a
against
long time.
gods.
He won ACS, which is
They're going against
incredibly difficult to
Eldritch
get.
Beasts.
But
There's
I
just
don't
no
see them taking
way.
down 2 championship level players.
Yeah, I mean, I think Mini's just going to exit this group pretty easily.
He's gonna be like,
and of course, Soma is just—he's been in incredible shape forever.
I'm
He's
out.
a very tough Zerg to prep against.
Do you even have to
Sock's
play?
good,
No, they
but,
know I'll
you
win.
It feels like, they do this in ASL where sometimes they'll be like, this guy's the tier 1 player, and this guy's the tier 2, and the tier 3, and the tier 4, and sometimes I don't agree with that, but this is a group where I think it's pretty fair. Like, there's clear favorites. You can rank them down the list. Maybe we have
Mini
an
gonna
upset, maybe there are
crack a
surprises,
can
maybe there's best of
mid-game.
one,
Yup.
so
Pull out the
crazy
old
stuff can
Hot
happen. Best of
6
ones can be
and
pretty
be like,
brutal,
where's the
but
Hot
I
6
would not
sponsor?
be
It's like,
too
Mini, we
surprised
don't
if
have
the
Hot
players we
6 sponsor
expect to
anymore.
advance
He's like,
in
I
that
still
group
drink
round.
Hot 6 though.
Yeah, Sock is going to have to pull some really technical openers to maybe get some early drone kills, and then I could see him upsetting the group. And, I mean, don't forget that sometimes Mini chooses the worst possible strategy for a best of one against some of
Mini
his
is
favorites.
so bad. That's
there are-
Mini's
there are
fucking
possibilities
weakness.
for upsets, but, like,
He's
Soma
so
and Mini, if you
retarded
had
when it
won
comes to
this
shit.
season, I
Wait, we
wouldn't
got
be
someone else that
surprised.
actually
That's
knows about
actually
SC
the
in
level
here?
that they're at. Like, they are 2 of, I would say, the
No,
top 6
Beezus.
players
We're just actually talking about the players and how they act. And we're saying Mini is so goated, and he's gonna skip through this. That he's literally just gonna like crack a beer in the middle of the game and like sit back and play with his feet. Oh, that's another thing about Larva, guys. Another interesting fact about Larva is
but he's extremely good.
he played with his feet.
This is something that really shows
During an official game,
the
he
vitality of
played with his
Starcraft
feet and beat
in
his
its current
opponent
stage,
with
because
his
we
feet.
Every season basically have 1 or 2 new guys.
That is
This
really
is a
nice.
fact. This
'Cause there
happened
is-
on
there is a
television.
whole group of players that are around Saber's level.
He
That are
played with his
super good
feet.
and are playing all the time trying to get in.
Exactly. Yeah, I mean, like as an example, one of the issues we have in StarCraft 2 in Korea is that it is the same players. Like Zhaon or Percival were the newest players.
Yeah.
And that was like 7 or 8 years ago or something. It was like so long ago. But, the day that I, whether I'm casting in Korea for GSL or I'm casting RSL, where the players play online, like the day a Korean guy shows up.
Okay. Here's the clip, guys.
Oh my God!
And it's like a 4-pool too.
Go, go, go.
He needs a drone squatcher.
This is enough to kill that. Yeah, he can kill these sun colonies right now. It just really depends on the drones glitching on the zealots.
Well, he's got pretty good drone glitching.
Of course it would be on ads. Of course it would be on ads. I would show this clip. True, busting up. Why are you on Twitch, man? That place is a fucking shit show. Although, can't say much for Kick now. I don't know if you guys know about the French streamer who died on stream on Kick. I wonder how that's going to affect Kick. It's just fucking crazy to me. That's so crazy to me.
to be honest. And with the links coming down here,
All right, here we go, guys. Look at Larva.
Behind the Zealots.
Look at Larva.
In his main base. And then when they move over the Zealots
okay.
top them.
Oh, I can believe that, man. Zealots just, there's a reason. Oh my God, no, he's not. No, he isn't.
Oh my
No, he isn't.
God.
This is insane. Oh my God. This beautiful human being. I can't even. This is the most important. Listen, everybody. This is the most important thing that's happening on the internet anywhere in the world.
He won't keep
Okay.
doing it though. He keeps.
Will he not?
No, he's doing it at times where you don't need to, and then he's gonna put
Let's
it down.
see.
Are you that flexible in control? Can you do that?
Hell no.
No,
at
I
that.
mean, like,
I feel like I would get a cramp very quickly doing that.
I'll tell you what. You know what? I think he's got a great looking thigh too. Okay, I'm
You
impressed
gonna
in
say
every way.
it? You gonna come out and say it?
This is a beautiful human being. He's playing with. This is literally a joke.
Just
that people
something
do in
every
Starcraft
damn
and
wound.
say, I can beat you playing with my feet. This is actually a thing that I don't know if they throw around in Korean.
Oh my
legend.
God. Day9, talk to me, man. You just have had your face in your hands.
Okay, like there's.
Yeah, that happened.
Don't know. I'm going to be excited
Friendly,
because I know all these
Bigfoot!
other
Welcome,
players
welcome!
so
We're just
well,
watching
right?
Larva
But,
beat
with
someone in
ASL,
the
it's so
championship with his
competitive.
foot.
There's so many
Playing
people
with his
online.
feet.
There's so many strong
Because
players on the ladder.
he is the pro player who has the most character. Like, he does the craziest, weirdest, hilarious things. Like, he is just absolutely a manufactured
I don't hold out too much
person,
hope. It's a really
if you know what I
tough
mean.
group for him. These guys are all really experienced. Even Sock
Yeah.
kind of counting out.
Yeah,
Like,
he does the
Sock is
craziest shit.
extremely good.
And he's like such a
been
cheese
considered
player too, but he's like a
top,
champion.
7-ish
He just
Terran
he just throws
for
in a lot
years
of
and
cheese where he
years
just says,
and
"Fuck it,
years,
I'm
but
gonna
he's, like,
4-pool
right
you."
around, rank 7.
How's everyone doing? I think we're
I
doing
would put him
great
a little
in
bit
here. I'm
lower
still a little
nowadays,
bit
but, like,
drunk, but you know,
he is very
it is what it
talented. So
is.
it's gonna be a
We
tough
read
one
some
for him,
stories
especially
before
going
we
up
got
against
into the
this guy
games,
Mini.
but now we're back and we're in the
Mini has
games.
just been an absolute dominator of Zerg for basically his entire career. And look at that.
Yeah.
A round of 4, 3 second places and a victory.
Yep.
There are very few players with an ASL record as good as Mini.
He's got the star on his jacket because
Yeah,
he's
I
a
mean, Mini
fucking
is,
top
you
pro
know,
player.
Terrifying.
As long as we all having a good time.
Also very
Exactly,
talented
Bigfoot.
Protoss
That's
player.
what it's all about.
Really knows how to kind of exploit these asymmetric situations in each of these matchups. So, you know, Saber's got his work cut out for him.
Yeah.
Sometimes, in a way,
I expect just a
especially
sweep.
when you're in a stage
clean
like this in
sweep.
ASL where it's like, okay,
It's going to be unfortunate. I don't think today is going to be very exciting other than Mini versus Soma.
The whole game. How am I going to perform? You know, will he get nervous or not? I guess when you're against somebody as good as Mini, in some ways that kind of relieves the pressure. If you lose, it's like, well, yeah, it's Mini, right?
That's true. That's true.
So maybe that'll be helpful for him. You know, everybody's different. People respond.
Yeah, you can only play to your best
Pressure,
ability. As long as you think you
stress,
played to your best ability, there's not much you can really do against something like that because it's just so... Oh, the odds are so overwhelming against
I
you.
hope so.
You're
because
playing a
he's
round
really
of
good.
4
I've
player
casted a
in the
lot
round of
on
24.
Joseph's Cass, and
Like,
I've
this is
seen
someone
so
who
many
should
of
kick
his
you out of
games.
the
He is super high
qualifiers to the
level
point
right
that you
now.
shouldn't
He
even be
plays
in
all
the
pros all
ASL.
the time. If he can deliver his regular level game, he'll make it interesting.
This is Starcraft.
Okay, guys, we're going to go on to Dominator here for map 1. Again, it is a best of 1. All games today will be a best of 1, so we're going to see who
So
will
it's
survive
Protoss versus
this phase
Zerg.
and go on to the winner's
Mini is
match here of Group
Protoss,
C in the ASL.
and Saber is Zerg. On the map, Dominator.
Okay, Mini down here in the bottom left. And Saber
Mini's
here in
always
top
so
left.
calm. But he's one
as
of the
always,
most
guys,
emotional
please consider supporting
players.
us on the
When
Patreon,
he gets tilted, he
patreon.com/ASL
just fucking
English.
throws.
If you've been meaning to sign up, we hope to give you that nudge. Your support means the world to us. And I'm just so
Oh,
happy
Gravity
to
is
be
like
doing
a
StarCraft
shampoo
forever.
company?
You know, this is the greatest game ever made. This is the game that
Got a
proved
decent
the
big streamer
concept
repeat.
of
Stop
esports
digging in
being
your
a
butt,
viable thing.
twin.
Yes, people
And
will
I still don't
show
stop
up.
chuckling. I'm a
They will
child.
follow the games just like it's a drama. You know, your favorite drama on TV. People will become obsessed with players. And become
Nice,
fans
Bust.
of them, or they'll become obsessed with certain races and, you know, want to cheer them on. So, yeah, guys, consider signing up, support StarCraft, support us. It means the world to us.
Thank you very much, everybody. It's you've been fantastic, and Hope that
Yeah,
you're
you gotta
enjoying
get
the
my
season.
laughs. I mean, it's true,
already off to a
Busted
great
Gotta do
start.
what you gotta do.
Last season, I felt like it was the top.
I wish I could
2 or
read
3
these
season
signs,
ever
guys.
As far as
I wish
entertainment
I could
value
read those
goes.
signs. They're
And,
probably
I
hilarious.
mean, this has been a great start. We're only 2 groups in, right? This is group 3 that we're doing.
Because the English ones are always hilarious.
Starcraft is just in such a good
Or the ones
place
that have
right
like
now, I
the
think, as far
faces
as
on them, and it's like
metagame,
there's specific
you know,
ways
overall,
people draw
just
players'
everything is
faces,
awesome other than
and
Sulky
one
and
specifically
everything,
is
which some
Snow
people
with a really
actually
long
like that
nose.
as well. But I do want to see
Use your
someone
phone as
actually
it
be able
comes
to take
on.
more than one map off of him.
Well, I mean, it's getting kind of crazy now. You know, we keep saying, well, he might do it again, and he has. I mean, it's been 2 years
Google
of
Lens if you
dominance
can.
from him. I mean, how long is this going to go for? You know, Flash did not compete in this season. You know, he's done this thing where he like retires and comes back and retires and comes back. So I don't want to be like, oh, he's not going to be here ever again, or I don't know.
He might be in a couple of
flip-flops lot.
seasons,
Man,
but
it's
he's
kinda
really dealing with
frustrating,
some pain right now from
to
surgeries
see
in his
fall
arms.
here. But right now, I mean, Sulky is the king. He's the guy
Yeah.
that seems like nobody can touch.
And that's why they did the entire
I mean, I
map
think
pool
it's
to.
very
You know
fair to
you're
say
a
he's by far the
pro
best player in the world. We'll see if he
when
takes the season
they've
well.
specifically designed the entire map
Right
pool
now,
to
Very
destroy
Tech
your
Scout
race.
comes out from, and he did open with Gateway as well. Not surprising to see that at all. I think there
They
was
did the
no
same
way that
thing
Mini
to
wasn't gonna
Flash.
Open with at least one Gateway here against a new player in ASL. You know, he's definitely going to want to keep that pressure on. He's a very aggressive Protoss vs. Zerg player in the early game, almost always. But it is a pull first from Saber. He denies that first hatchery, and Saber has to go to the third base location. But that's all right. Not a huge deal. Something you deal with all the time on the ladder.
So the Zealot's going to come out now.
That's one of the most
And we have
annoying
the
things
Probe
about
moving
being
around
Zerg is
here
you
in
get
the map.
fucked
The
with
third
the
hatchery
most
is
out of
gonna
any
go with the,
race.
you know,
Yeah,
hatcheries
sure, the
that
gas steal
usually,
sucks for
we just see Mini
Terran,
do a pylon
but that only
block, drive
happens
that
like
away. It's always good to be
sometimes.
active with the probe.
You
pylon
always
block,
get
you have the
blocked on it
Zealot
as
coming
a
out
fu-
and just
even
trying
if
to
it's
control
just your third
the
getting
game in that
blocked
sense. Is he
and
gonna
not
try
your
to actually
natural.
gas steal?
It's
Okay,
still so
saw
bad.
that probe coming up. I'm like, I've never seen this.
Yeah, I don't know why you would ever do a
it
gas
does feel
steal
very
as
mini-like.
a
If you were
Protoss
gonna
against
play a gas
Zerg.
steal just to buy
That would be
time, that would be
hilarious
weird.
because you have so many of the other hatcheries.
gas
It's
steal's
just not worth it because you
basically
already have the
terrible
other
for Zerg,
hatcheries
but, you know,
up by
Mini
the
does
time
so
you're about to
many
get
weird
gas.
things and
It
breaks
delays
so
them
many
by like
conventional
60
rules of
gas,
matchup.
but I think I don't think it's
Anyways,
worth it
the
to
two Zealots
minerals.
are going to put pressure here, and he's going to try to go for a wedge. He wants to get behind the mineral patch of the natural.
Oh, he got it! He sniped the probe!
is killed.
And he's gonna get the
And the probe is,
surround.
believe it or not,
Dude,
the
this
most
is actually
important part
really
of the
good.
rush when
Come
you
on,
do this,
Saber, you
because
got
the
this.
probe has the
Surround.
ability
Get the
to let
surround.
Zealots two-shot Lings instead of three-shot them. So one Zealot's going to run. He does get a wedge off with one
He
Zealot
needs to kill
here
that
in the
Zealot.
back. And
There it is.
decent control here
Oh,
by
man,
Mini.
he
I mean,
might- he
he's
might
still
actually get
getting
this one,
work
too.
done. He's doing a great job targeting.
I think
Oh.
it's really good control from Saber as well. Like I think.
The circling wings!
He's already cleared 2 of them, and the other one has taken some damage. He killed the probe. Like
He's
you
just-
know what? I think he's put out a good game.
This
Wow,
is
look
this
at
one
angles
Zealot is
that
gonna
that
make up a
Zealot had.
lot
I wasn't
'cause it's
aware of
really
that
stuck
being,
there.
Like one Zergling thing.
With yeah.
Yeah, that's crazy. I mean, the last thing you
So
ever wanna
it's
do
gonna
is have the
take
Zerglings
yeah.
fight
See, it
single
killed
file.
like 4 Lings when
You
it
want
shouldn't
at least
have.
2, but you know, at best
That's
3,
what.
maybe one
That's
runs
how
around from the
how
other
important
side.
positioning is.
But yeah, I mean, look, Mini got a lot of value there. He traded out the Zealots very effectively. He forced out a lot more Lings. Remember,
Yeah.
the Protoss can keep making probes
Just
the
keep.
entire time.
Yeah,
they're
you
making
want
Zealots.
to force
Or
units for
have to
Zerg so they
throttle
can't make
between,
drones.
am I making
Because
my
the
logic?
ideal
So
Zerg
Lings
just
is
wants to
more drone.
pound
So,
drones until
Mini's in
they
a
see
pretty good
something
shape,
coming across the map and then they
start
just
this
make a bunch of units.
Definitely. Looking at the side of
That's how their
Saber
economies
here, he
get
does
out
have
of
that layer
control.
on the way, so you know it just looks like pretty standard coming out of him. I bet you it's just going to be like Scourge into Hydralisk. Like, I feel like if it's your first ASL, to try to do something that can be as fragile as like opening with a Mutalisk strategy.
Yeah, I really, and it's not. It's not like he's gonna do a Hydra bust. So
misengage one time in the Corsair, shred your mutas, you're basically done.
or they get an Archon and they get 2 hits on
Yeah,
your
I mean,
mutas, and your mutas just all
Mutas
die.
have their moments. I think you always want to have that as a possibility in like a set of build orders, like in a series.
Yeah.
You don't want to be known as a guy who always goes mutas or a guy who never goes for mutas. But, you know, people have gotten very good at dealing with this. I mean, 5 years ago, 6 years ago in ASL, there was just a lot of muta play in general.
Because
You
people didn't know how to
including
counter
players
it as
like
well.
Soma. I mean, pretty much everybody was using him a decent amount. That I think it kind of forced a
But
lot of the
Soma
process
probably
because
has
they're
one of the
dealing
best
with it, you know?
mutamicros of everyone. He's got like
Definitely.
snow shuttle
Here's the
level
funny thing, like, a lot of them
mutamicro.
still aren't all that good. Like we saw the other day, someone lose a bunch of their Corsairs. And
So
then
we'll
just go
see
down.
what he
It's
does,
like, oh my
and you
God.
definitely use them in Terran. So we'll
You
see
gotta-
Soma,
you gotta keep these alive.
Soma
Even if
using
they switch to
mutalisks
Hydras,
against.
You gotta kind of maintain your Corsair count so
Sock.
you can't just switch back and end up killing you.
Oh, he's
that
gonna
was
try and run
Stork
back
gonna
there
run by with
again.
this one
Oh,
shot.
yeah, he did it.
Oh, yeah, that's right. That was Stork. I can't believe he got that back there. That is so funny.
Yeah. Second cannon coming up to avoid any Zergling run-bys, moving out with this additional group of Zealots as well. So that's kind of forcing him to stay back a little bit. Hydralis Den
Yeah,
is already
he's
out,
gonna
so he can
make
start
something.
poking those a
He's
little bit.
some,
And Corsair going to go after
He
an
needs
Overlord
lurkers.
right now while he pressures.
Probably just gonna go straight into
Yeah,
lurkers.
he wants to try to kill off any overlords. Excuse me. He wants to try to kill off any overlords before the Scourge come out. So if he can get that, that'll really curb the progress here of what Saber's trying to do.
I don't know if he'll find that other one. Yeah, it looks like he'll back up. Oh, double Stargate. Well, he sees the gas timing. Maybe he's looking at that and saying, okay, this looks very much like it's going to be a heavy Mutalisk play. But this makes me a little bit nervous for Mini. Because he does stuff like this, man. It's best to one against Saber. I want to say that even if Saber's going Muta, that Mini will be okay on one Stargate. But you know what? If he actually hits like a big Hydra timing, that's how 2 Stargate Corsair ends up losing a lot of games.
Well, he's got mutas,
Yeah,
so he's gonna go
I
Mutaling.
will tell you, I find this a hard build to pull
But
off.
he's got
the double
Scourge.
Stargate.
Yeah.
If
It's late,
you
I gotta head
have
to
them
bed.
off
Good night,
guard,
I'll
like
catch
if
you
they
tomorrow.
take
Alright,
advantage
sounds
and
good,
you do
Bustin'
this,
Nut.
like,
Have a
you're in
great
such
night.
good
Take
shape.
care.
It's very difficult to deal with. It's why the Scourge Scout is so important. And, you know, Scourge have some of the lowest vision in the game. I think it might be the lowest vision in the game.
Yes, it is.
Thank you, good sir.
So,
Fuck you,
it's
have a good
hard,
night.
But that's the only thing that can get in there safely to see that. So the Zerg has to be very, very thorough in what they, where they go, because they, you know, they need to see that second Stargate. Now the problem when you go for double Stargate, let's see if he sees it. He's parked in here. That's not close enough to spot the Stargate yet. But the point I was going to make is we see, oh my God, he's going to push it into that second Stargate. When they
Well,
spot that, a lot of
yeah.
Zergs just win with Mass Hydra,
Yeah.
and it's a pretty depressing game.
Mini has to make a ridiculous amount of cannons if he wants to hold on here. By the way, Mini had a big supply block at 66.
I said he wasn't gonna do a
He
Hydra
didn't
bust, but he's
recognize
doing
he
a
built
fucking
2
Hydra
bombs. I
bust.
checked, and it's like nothing was blinking. He had nothing in production, so
Yeah.
that was a massive supply block for this level of play.
It is crazy to think that, like, yeah, even players at this caliber, you know, they get supply blocked. Like, they miss
The
stuff like this,
momentum
you know, I
of the
think we always
game
have
gets
this,
completely thrown off because your
fantasy in our
entire
minds of, like, oh my
trajectory
God,
of the
he's
game
350 APM,
is
that
like
means he does
behind.
everything that you could ever do at once. It's like, no, they miss stuff all the time, actually. I mean, that's the kind of game StarCraft is that you're really, you know, taxed to the absolute
Oh man, this is so brutal.
limits of your potential here. That's huge. You know, that many Overlord kills, that cuts his supply in half. He's at red 60 of 37.
That's terrible. Oh, man. Saber actually was looking so good this game until he had 4 Overlords sitting on the side there. That is so brutal that Mini goes double Stargate, then just finds every Overlord. And, like, that supply block is probably going to be what costs Saber the potential of a victory here.
Okay, the Corsairs are going to run in, and there's nothing to defend this. No sunk, no anything. The Zealots get a pin there. They hit really hard. And this counterattack, I mean, it looks
Yeah,
pretty
see, this
strong,
is
but
just
I think
kind
the
of,
cannon count is
it's
too
all
high.
over
I mean,
the
this number of
place.
cannons, with this number of Zealots, I just don't see a world where Saber breaks this. The drones are going to be taking so much damage with these 4 Zealots that are basically, you know, it's going uncontested right now. Pro Pull comes in here, and Mini will, no problem, hold off this attack.
Not just that, but he's dealing damage across the map. So masterclass here from Mini, of course, but a lot of it does come down to killing off all those Overlords, causing a gigantic supply block. I think strategically, Saber had like the better strategy going on for sure. Like he definitely had a lot of potential there. You give that to a seasoned ASL veteran, and they're very likely to beat Mini in this case.
I wonder, does he send the 4 Zealots around because the second Stargate got spotted? Did he just basically predict the Hydra timing attack?
Well,
and that's how he got in there? I didn't really see where the 4 Zealots came from.
He saw Hydras popping, and the Scourge saw his second Stargate. So you have to look at that and say, okay, he is going to attack me. So I think he just threw down extra cannons and sent the Zealots around, because it's like, well, he is going to attack, so I need at least counter damage, because this could be bad. But I think if those Overlords don't go down, this game is like really close. But right now, looking at it, 46 supply block to 90 is insanely mini favored.
Yeah, well, I mean, this is such a small Zerg.
Mm-hmm.
You know, usually when Protoss...
Yeah, usually you have 4 bases by now. This is where the 4th base is kicking in, and you're, like, overwhelming them. You're getting into a lurker contain.
Usually kill Zerg with a push. Doesn't mean they have to, but, like, when they win, usually that's how it goes down.
And he's just sitting here with DTs, Corsairs, like, he's just gonna wipe through this. It's not even gonna be fair.
Come in, and it's gonna be another big supply block here. This time it's gonna be with DTs, so he's really doing a double punish. The fact that the DTs now can't be seen and the Zerg can't make anything.
Yeah,
the
that's why you have the DTs there.
He's going to run back
just a couple of extra ones.
Here, but as long as he keeps the DT on the outside, yeah, just like that, he can keep killing drones. I mean, this damage is insane.
14 health.
Yeah, this game is really over at this point. He's absolutely everywhere. Saber put up a pretty good fight, I think, overall for his first ASL game.
Oh, man, he's just walking into Corsairs. So unfortunate.
And Saber goes that loser match. Of course, Mini moves forward to the winner match as...
He was like, man, that was really embarrassing. There are ways to lose, and there's ways to just fucking shoot yourself in the foot. That was embarrassing.
I mean, look, Mini played a pretty perfect game.
Yep.
Got not 1 but 2 Zealots wedged in there early on. Did the counterattack with the Zealots when the Hydras hit. The Corsairs definitely, you know, they got the job done. There was no way to protect those Overlords. There was, what was it, 4 or 5 stray Overlords in the kind of upper center right?
Yeah, I think
that were just executed. It seemed like he wanted, yeah, he wanted to like hide them in plain sight. And there's something to that. But then when they get spotted, I mean, now you're just in a situation where you can't even make anything. And you know Mini's going to be growing so fast. So easy win for Mini. And that's going to do it for game number 1.
I'm looking forward to this second match a little bit more. I think Soma Sok is probably a closer one. And
yeah, Sok's a better player overall. Like the gap between the players is smaller between Soma and Sok. It's still pretty big, but it's definitely smaller than
a little bit on life support
Saber
this season. But so far, so good.
Yeah, great game. I'm curious if we're going to get a highlight or not from that. But, you know, Mini, I mean...
Looks like they're trying to do something, but they don't know what they're quite doing.
Coming up next, Soma versus Sok. We will be right back.
ASL S20
Welcome back, everybody. Thank you for waiting. We're going to go into this next match here. Hopefully it'll be a little bit closer. You know, Mini kind of flexing versus that Zerg there. You know, he couldn't have made it easier. I mean, you know, Zergs, even when they die, they normally don't die that fast, right?
Yeah, that was pretty bad.
No, it's wild, too, because Saber actually had the build order counter. You know, Mini went into a double Stargate that wasn't appropriately timed against Mutalisks. Saber even faked 1 Muta to sell it. And,
but then the Corsairs just took out all the fucking Overlords.
Mistake. So, unfortunate for Saber. I hope that he can play well in the loser match. But yeah, we're going to go into our next match coming up here pretty quickly, and that's going to be Soma versus Sok. And yeah, I mean, Soma versus Sok should be kind of an interesting one. Sok mostly plays really technical Terran versus Zerg openers. Like, he's likely to get like a factory or do a science missile rush, like that type of thing where you can mess up the math of what Zerg is used to dealing with.
Yeah, I mean, Sok, I think he's got a shot here. I think Soma should win. But yeah, this is one, like, probably, honestly, out of the entire group and all the matchups, this is probably the closest one. And then I would say, assuming if Soma wins here, then Soma Mini should also be very close. That could go either way for sure.
Yeah.
But let's see what they do here. It's going to be back to that same map that we were just on. You know, we're going to be on Dominator here. I wouldn't say that one player is necessarily favored here on that either.
The vetoes for the maps are real.
Yeah. Well, Dominator, actually, that suits Sock really well as far as the map goes, because I think it's a pretty solid map for playing against SK Terran overall. It's like a little bit hard to defend Mutalist Craftsman on it. But Sock generally doesn't play just a standard SK Terran. He does, of course, sometimes, but I think he's much more likely to mix in things like a Valkyrie Rush or Quick Science Vessel or even Wraith Defense, that type of thing. So I think a lot of it will come down to just kind of what the opening builds are and whether or not Soma can kind of scout and have a high degree of understanding as to what Sock is doing. Because Soma is, he is like a god-tier Zerg. I actually think that he's one of the very top favorites this season. He's in such good shape, and I think he understands the game better than most of the pros.
I feel like Soma, maybe he doesn't have the same kind of star power as some of these other Zergs, but yeah, whenever I cast his games, I'm like, damn, this guy is crazy strong.
So strong.
And he's got a very subtle approach to the game, you know, in what he does. So this will be a good one. You know, both these guys have been in more ASLs than I can count, right? So these guys are going to be very comfortable, very relaxed, very different dynamic. You can even see I don't know what they're typing to each other, but they're
bantering in game right now.
They're going to be comfortable, so we should be
seeing
saying
good luck, have fun, fuck you. Yeah, fuck you too,
Remember,
buddy. Good luck. I'll see you in the fucking finals.
The winners match coming up next.
Final my dick. All right.
Okay, Soma here in the center right, and that puts Sock here in the very top left corner here. Sending all of his workers over here to the right side. Is that, I guess, with every race, do you want to send all the workers to the right side patches? Is that a faster spot to mine from it at the top left?
It is not. Like, it might be easier to clone out, but
that's what I was going to ask. Yeah.
If you go from top left to bottom right, and you number the patches, 1 and 3 are the best mining patches by miles. Like that with 0 mineral boosting, where you like do return cargo tricks and realign minerals all the time and stuff like that. So with none of that at that position, I get like a 137 gas all the time. It's insane. It's the best mining position of any map that we have. Like the easiest by far.
This is why I was asking. Is I saw that spot, I thought, oh, he sent the SCVs there. I thought maybe I don't understand that spot. Just to be clear, guys, like each patch has a different level of priority for where you want to send the first worker, or the fifth worker, the sixth worker, right? And some patches are fast on their own, like the workers will mine very efficiently from them. Others, they might require you to mineral boost, and as Artosa said, you use the return cargo key. I think the default for that is C, or at least it's C on my keyboard. But and then you can get the worker to realign, kind of repath into more of a straight line as it's returning the resources. This is, by the way, stuff you don't need to do to be a good player and have a good time. But when you're one of the best of all time, it is important. It matters.
I ignored mineral boosting until like
3 months ago.
I don't know, like the beginning of this year. And I've had quite a career in StarCraft, and I didn't really need it, but I got to a level where I was like, okay, I'm actually starting to lose a lot of games based on early building timings. So until you get really good guys, you don't really have to worry about the mineral boosting. But it is an important thing to mention for these things, because seconds make differences in StarCraft. Like when you get to super, super high levels, it really does.
I started mineral boosting 2 years ago, and it took me a while. I can do it now, but like it's really easy to mess up your builds while you're doing it.
While you're learning it, you get worse before you get better.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's kind of like, it's almost like you're having to learn how to dribble a basketball while you're playing StarCraft now.
True.
There's like this other extra task that you're juggling where you're coming back. I mean, how long does it take for a worker to mine a patch?
Like 8 seconds.
So basically every 8 seconds you go back. Usually there's one dedicated patch you can mineral boost from. and you'll go back there and flick the return cargo key, and they'll path back a little bit quicker. And I mean, there's certain matchups, like, you know, I remember my brother kind of understanding this concept when we were really little. He just at least knew that some patches were better than others, and I guess Zergs have to figure that out first because they have less workers in the game overall. So they would immediately see, like, oh, well, this patch, it takes longer to return from, so I always want to go here. But Terran and Protoss, you just make a lot of workers, so you kind of forget about it. But, like, as an example, in PvP, you're on one base a lot of the time, right? And so that's a lot of extra mineral boosting you can do if you can figure out how to fit it in.
All mineral boosting and patch prioritization was, in fact, discovered and kind of started by Zergs because ZVZ is so unforgiving like that. So it was like became incredibly important to the point where certain spawns, I've heard Zergs like, oh no, I can't win ZVZ from this spawn because it just mines slower on some of the older maps. But yeah, good point there.
This is Oh, sorry. Go ahead, Artosis.
Well, I was just going to say, like, Sock did an expansion that looks like it's a bio opener, but he went into a very fast factory afterwards. But Soma already recognizes, I think partially because it's Sock, what's going on, and he makes that sunken colony right away. So he, like, Soma's
He's like, ah, shit, I ain't getting stuck in this again.
Like, he's not going to die to a vulture. But look at this. Sock is like, I'm not even going to try a vulture. He's getting an add-on right away, and he's getting a starport. So this could be like a Valkyrie
like a
rush,
double fake out?
It could be that he tries with Wraith. It could be that he goes Science Vessel. It's very hard to say, but with the armory, that solves it right there. It's going to be Valkyrie.
Okay. Valkyrie it is. You know, this is, you know, I don't think this is going to be too surprising here for Soma. I mean, there's a range of different things that can come at you here. When you'd only see those, you know, few Marines there, I think right away you're not that worried about a push, right? Unless the Terran is kind of doing something really ingenious to disguise, you know, what's going on.
That's a fact. Like you have to look at this and think that there's a vulture most likely going to be coming out. It could be a mech build though, right? It could be like heavy Guardian or heavy Goliath. We'll see what Soma thinks it is because there's a possibility that he pops out a couple Scourge very early on here. If he thinks that it's like a Valkyrie opener.
So it's been a quiet game so far. You know, basically both sides have been sealed up. The teching has begun. The first 6 Mutalisks are going to hatch in a second here. And
we're going to get to see that Mutablade. The turrets are almost already ready as well.
The worst unit control we've had in ASL is probably the Valkyrie.
Yeah.
We just see a lot of players lose them, and it might be because the Valkyrie was the only thing that got like a slight tweaking and adjusting in remastered.
Sprite
and so
sprite
historically
numbers.
these units haven't been used as much.
That's
I also
very
think
true.
it's a hard unit to control.
It is.
Like if you had like a score for control, like if like the way you get handling like in Twisted Metal or something, you know what I mean? Like is the car sluggish or is it the control tight? The Valkyrie is actually just really hard to kind of micro and do tricks with, where like a Mutalisk, as an example, is like an S tier perfect unit that you can do almost anything with.
Yeah, the Valkyrie's control it's actually really similar to the Chinese triangle for Mutalisks, which is a very, very advanced micro trick that actually Sulky's very well known for destroying with, which we can discuss at a different time, but like it is a very...
It's like magic boxing with
Mutas. So you have to be like very on top. And
you can micro three sections of units at the same time.
I know what this is. I've tried to do this with Corsairs and failed. You mean where they can shoot behind themselves, sort of?
No, not exactly. Yeah, it is kind of like that. But yeah, hold on a second. We actually have him in here. He has 4 Scourge, so he's going after...
What are you watching? This is Starcraft round of 24, the World Championship of Starcraft. If you can retain the
Valkyries in this type of game, you're going to crush. But so far, Soma's hunted down 1. He's going to get another one, and he's going to get the 3rd. And
that's not good.
Well, there you go.
No, it is not live. Unfortunately, the English was canceled, so Artosis and Tasteless just do the casting of it 2 days later. So it's 3 days old. As of like the video dropping, the tournament is 3 days old.
It's so easy for the Mutas.
So whatever this is happened 3 days ago.
Fight and then just whip around with the Scourge and the Mutas.
Oh no!
And everything that Sock's done has been ripped to shreds right now. I mean, the units he was
That's
into,
brutal.
he just...
Yep.
he's lost 3 Valkyries. This was like the core tech that he was going into. Meanwhile, the Zerg is going to get to expand unstopped. In some way, I don't mean to exaggerate, but I think it is possible for this to just get worse here for the Terran. I mean, the muta count's so high. There's going to need to be so many turrets here just to make sure you don't die. Oh my God, he gets another one.
This is getting really problematic, losing 4 Valkyries. Imagine if you have 4 Valkyries here. You have 4 or 5 Valkyries, you can just attack, move, and kill everything. Right? There's like a certain amount you can lose, but the amount he's lost has been too much. And I actually want to explain this for a second, guys. So, like, Mutalisks they can basically move and attack at the same time if you're microing them heavily. Valkyries have a very, very long attack animation, and they go immobile during it. And the whole micro is to make them slide away from the Mutalisks at the beginning of the animation. But you need additional anti-air near them to prevent things like the Scourge or Muta getting on top of them during that freeze in the attack animation.
Yeah. It's
a fucked up unit to play with.
There's a lot of stuff you can do with certain air units that is so crazy. And unfortunately, you know, Sock, what he wants to have is an amount of Valkyries where if the mutas get close to him, they get obliterated, right? The spread damage is insane from them. Like Corsairs, you know, they'll kill mutas really, really well, but they don't even have the same kind of spreading, punishing damage that Valkyries have.
Yeah, because like the AoE of the Corsair is very, very small. It's just, the only reason it's really effective is because the Mutalisks are stacked the way they are.
But right now, it's going to be really hard. Again, okay, that actually doesn't kill it. I thought that was going to be another one going down. But, I mean, this is getting brutal. I'm worried that Terran is going to be so weak on the map and the Muta's so uncontested that the Zerg's just going to come in here with the Mutalisks and everything else and smash the Terran.
Well, from here, you have to start.
And then you just come in and you just smash. But that's how punishing you can get. Without the Muta, without the Valkyries, you just flick in and keep killing Marines. But because he has the Valkyries, you don't have to worry about it. So it's actually still, even now, paying off.
Which I don't think is like a
But I think he just got him with lurkers. Now he's in a semi-lurker contain.
Realistically, you kind of need 4 bases. And I don't see him being anywhere close to being able to do that.
The fact that he switched into factories now, I think this is going to give the Zerg so much more room to do what they want. I don't know if I agree with this as a decision to try to move into the next phase of the game at all. Hive Tech's going to be done. This is going to be a game where the Zerg is going to be making sure you never get a 3rd base. And I think you're never going to have the mech units you need.
Yeah, he's going to lose everything.
That's what I was talking about earlier. You know,
and that was
you
2
got enough, and the mutas are low
Valkyries.
enough, then there's not, you know, nothing they can do, and they get wiped. The problem is that I think that happened too late in the game. Right now, there's just so much at the disposal here of Soma.
Yeah, you can just walk in and just wrap around.
Well, he's running around. You know, the bio, generally what it's trying to do here is zone everything out and give you room to get your factories up and to get your expansions up. He is getting factories up. Like, he's running around, he's laying some mines, he does have those vultures to play with, and, well, there's the 3rd command center. Okay, so that's like a start, but his production isn't super great, his upgrades aren't super great, his tech isn't super great.
Defilers!
No advantages at the moment for Sock,
already.
You can make some magic happen with vultures.
Shit.
You know, you get
the mines can work. Mines work under
like vultures can do some magic stuff if controlled correctly and the right opportunity opens up.
Just imagine the Valkyries had stayed alive this whole game, and there's vulture mines everywhere.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, do you know how hard it would be to clear the map? You're going to have no overlords out there. The overlord's a liability if it gets killed off there.
Overlord's the only detecting unit for Zerg.
Lings or anything else just running into mines to kind of clear that up.
There's no other way to detect.
Well, those last Valkyries looking like they might end up going down. Oh, that was really good micro from Sock to save one of those. I really didn't think he'd get one out, but keeps one alive, so that's something at least. You know, we might actually end up seeing this game end with a Mutalisk tech switch eventually because there's only 1 Valkyrie. And, you know, Sock is going to have to focus heavily on getting some siege tanks out. So that makes me a little bit nervous because then you're not as likely to make some Goliaths. His Marine count is very low. And look at the zoning play here from Soma, just spreading out those lurkers. Like, he is really just trying to hit his macro at the moment.
Ooh.
Oh my god.
5 HP. So brutal.
Yeah, he's got more vultures coming through here. The vulture's a funny unit because this was like never really used versus Zerg in the early days.
But it does become really good
You
later
know, it was
on
just
with
considered,
mines.
other than like kind of weird stuff, like you're gonna have 1 or 2 out early, or you're gonna do something cheesy. But yeah, it turns out spider mines are really hard to deal with, and the vultures can outmaneuver quite a bit. And they're actually not even bad against stuff like ultralisks. In the late game, like they do an okay amount of damage. They can outmaneuver that.
Well, I have to fight back against okay amount of damage against ultras unless you're talking about the mines, because vultures almost
Well, I guess-
they heal ultras. But
Yeah, basically.
I
by
mean,
attacking
nothing's
them,
great
they
against
heal
ultras.
them.
Yeah.
Like, like
That's
a
how much
Scarab
damage
from
they
Reaver
do.
is
Yeah,
good
there you
against
go.
them, but yeah, no.
a direct
No, the
siege
ultras
tank
are-
blast until the ultra gets on top of the siege tank, perhaps. But yeah, actually, vultures back at the very beginning of StarCraft 1 were considered one of the worst units in the game.
Yeah.
People
hated vultures.
People thought you were trolling if you even made them.
Yeah.
Until some Terran
Oh, yeah.
players like B-Blade leaders started to use them regularly. But yeah, you can't really scoff at the fastest unit in the game, that's for sure.
Yeah. I actually have this really vivid memory of like one of the first lands I ever went to when I was like old enough that I could go, and it was like in Los Angeles, and like, remember the player Weir?
Yeah.
Yeah, Weir was there, and there was like some guy with I guess like a New Jersey or like Boston accent behind him. He was going, "This guy makes the little fast spider bike things." He goes, "I always thought those things sucked, but I guess he makes them all the time." Like,
Yeah.
it was just a funny moment. I'm like, yeah, I guess everybody has these moments where they're watching the game and they go, "Oh, like I
that
guess
unit's
zealots
good."
are bad versus lurkers," or yeah.
Yeah. All right, so as we've been reminiscing a bit, we can see the game state has changed.
Queens.
Like we have for Sock here 4 bases up, so that's really important. That's super crucial. He has a good amount of mines on the map zoning things, but already queens are being created. And okay, you see those scans that are going down. He's checking for the queens. That's like one of the most important things is recognizing when queens will come out. So like, do you have a timing attack that'll work here? Or are you going to try to stop the queens in a different way? And that's very difficult.
Yeah, and the queens are there to broodling the siege tanks.
Yeah. Insta-kill.
Basically, if you broodling one siege tank with one queen, the queen is paid for itself. Oh my god, that is so painful. There's nothing, this is one of those things like it would just
Lurkers
never fly in a
versus
new
siege
game. It's
tanks,
just the
man.
fact that
So
lurkers
broken.
Can burrow underground, and it's like, oh, Terran can't kill that unless you can manage to click on it with a science vessel that has irradiate. You know what I mean? If you can even find the little pothole, the little black circle to click on. But yeah, I mean, this is just so brutal right now. If a lurker gets over to where the SCVs are mining and burrows, like there's nothing you can do to stop it.
For sure.
It's going to force everything to pick up and leave.
The Defiler is the strongest unit ever made in any RTS. It is absolutely insane, and nothing like it will ever be designed in any game again.
It can eat any unit for infinite energy. It can
stronger than the.
It can
stronger
cast
than
a
the
spell that
Occam
makes it so every
Counter-Strike.
unit goes down to 1
stronger
health.
than,
It can make
it's
a
like
cloud
better
that
than,
lasts like a
whatever
minute and a
Zeiss is.
half
It's
that
better
fucking
than
makes it so
Akuma,
no
it is
melee
fast,
attacks
the
work.
Defiler is, I can't think of anything that is stronger than this.
It counters literally
still
everything in
Um,
all races. It's insane. It's just
like Dark Swarm alone is like the best thing ever, but it's like, oh, but it also has Plague.
Yeah.
So in situations where you like don't have anything to fight with it, I'm like, well, you can make all its units be 1 HP forever.
Yeah.
Unless they can heal it.
Infinite energy. Like, all right, sick.
It's like, well, that's good, but I mean, it doesn't have endless mana, right? I'm like, oh no, it does. It actually can eat. The
You can
cheapest unit
eat
in the game,
other
certainly, and it
units
can do
and
that
get
indefinitely.
mana.
You're like, wait a minute, but you don't mean there's like no cooldown on that?
Nope.
Like, surely, what, it has like a 10-second cooldown? I'm like, no, watch, it'll just.
Yep, just nom 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 nom, drop them down.
Boom. Another spell down here.
Crazy unit. So yeah, he throws
So
those down,
ridiculous.
the lurkers become invincible. He's probably going to force a cancel in the command center, which is a little bit rough, but we'll see. There are like a few tricks you can use against the lurker under Dark Swarm. Like if another unit runs by it, the splash might end up hitting it. Some ultras mixed in now as well. Ultra's not particularly good against mech, but they can be. They have their place where they have the health where they can actually close and get on top of the siege tank. Sometimes they get dropped out onto mech as well.
Ooh, those spider
And
mines.
So,
I mean, I think
You having
anything
those
that does
spider
any
mines take out
damage
some
that can go on our
defilers,
score
that's a
would be good,
big
right?
win.
You know,
Yeah,
it's nice to have something tanky
He
besides
just
just
throws
lings
down the
and,
fucking-
I guess lings aren't tanky.
Oh,
but,
he-
something to once the damage has been tanked, the Ultra can get in there and do some work.
Now, here come the queens. So that right there is the
He
potential
needs
of
an
9
EMP on
tanks
those.
dying instantly. You know, you
Yeah.
have to
By
hit
the
the
way-
spells, but we'll see if he's able to get them.
So I think the correct way to play, like on paper, is to try to EMP the cluster of queens. It is not to irradiate them because they can just ignore the irradiate and run in there, just go on a suicide mission and kill them. We don't really see it. I don't think we've had EMP on queens in ASL yet. But see, like, in a moment
God,
like this, I look at this
yeah.
and I go, well, an EMP
Oh,
blast would
God.
kill that.
Yes.
Or not kill that, but would have completely stopped that, and you'd have to go back and accumulate another 150 mana and try again later.
Yeah, no
So
one's pulled it off yet.
No
at the
one's
pro
doing
level.
it?
No one, not yet. But like I've seen Speed try it. He's the only person I've seen really attempt doing that. I think you're
Yeah.
right though. I think like EMP will probably become the go-to counter against them.
Yeah, I think it's so obvious, but it
Look
feels
how
like
many
people aren't using it
Zerglings
yet.
a mine
I
can
mean,
kill.
That stops that immediately.
It's insane.
And Irradiate does it, so it's either Terrans are going to let that keep happening, or they're going to start to get that answer there. But it is crazy to think of EMP used in this matchup. EMP is normally primarily used against Protoss, and then it can be used against battlecruisers and TVT when you want to deny them, that
Yamatos.
end game Yamato cannon. So you Yamato their battlecruisers, they can't Yamato you back.
Yeah.
You EMP'd them, and then you win the game.
Yeah.
That's right. That's right. And I think you're right though that if mech continues to be used, eventually someone's going to figure that out. Now, Ultra Ling swarming into this 4th base, it really feels like Soma is tearing Sok apart at this point. Sok still has good supply though, so I don't expect him to leave like right off, but I feel like he needs to hit bottom left if he wants a chance in this game still.
Yeah. Soma is getting so gargantuan in size. He's maxing out. He's having armies that are so big you can't even bind them to all the hotkeys that are available to you. You can't bind them all the way from 1 up to 9 over to 0. So he's grabbing just chunks of 12 units and sending them on rampages to try to topple different positions here. And Terran, they have a hard time taking half the map. The only time they really can take half the map is against another Terran, right? Terrans are always kind of squished into this corner. And Zerg's quite the opposite. Zerg can take the whole map. So we're at a point in the game where the Zerg doesn't worry so much about trading efficiently as just keeping Terran where they are, and ideally keeping bases smashed or being rebuilt.
Yeah, the bases are being completely destroyed right now. Like, he's having a hard time keeping his mining going. Soma he continues to send. Here come okay, he's just got it. He's going to GG. There's really nothing left now.
Yeah.
Like
So unfortunate.
Another moment.
Sets, yeah.
Another queen.
Another EMP. I mean, that would have stopped this, but instead, I think that was 6 tanks total. Were just wiped out right there.
And look at
not
Soma's
that he would've won
bang.
the game had that happened, but this is really bad. I think we probably will see Sok fizzle out here. Yeah, I mean, I don't know what else to say. He's still on 4 bases.
Hey.
It feels like there's barely anything here. We don't see waves of red, kind of almost like they're being pulled by magnets come up to the upper center here, but that's because Soma's just busy making out of all of his hatcheries. But that will eventually happen.
Yeah,
again.
eventually you look at the mini-map and all this red will come flooding up.
We got to say, though, remember, this started with a Valkyrie rush where he lost...
Yeah, he played really well.
So the fact that he made it into a 22-minute game...
What he did.
That in and of itself shows Sok isn't playing particularly poorly today. It's just...
Soma.
Tough when that happens in the early game and you get nothing for your tech rush.
All right, guys, the big game of the day, the winners match.
Great game. It's kind of sad to see that Sok lost at this point in time. A number of Valkyries I wasn't even quite able to keep track of. He lost every Valkyrie that came out died. Eventually, he had 2 that did a little bit of damage.
It was bad.
Kept the lead throughout that. It was a fairly easy endgame. Sok wasn't really ever able to push out on the map or deny anything. Honestly, never even able to create pressure.
Since this
so we
map
got
is
Soma
gonna
versus
be
Mini
a
coming up,
bit,
and
I'm gonna
really
grab
looking forward
something
to
to
that.
eat.
Should be
I will be
by
right
far
back.
the best game of the whole day, right?
That could be a finals, for real, not joking. Like, these guys have both been in multiple finals and stuff. Like, that's going to be an insane match. So, quick commercial break. When we come back, Soma versus Mini.
Classic. I'm so classic. Classic.
Made for the best. Made for who you can be. For esports pros, any miss can mean defeat. That's why the Death Adder V4 Pro has everything lined up. A fast, ergonomic design. A quantum leap in speed. Optical tracking for pixel-perfect scrolling. And a sensor more precise and intelligent than any other. Made for the best. Made for who you can be.
Alright. Skippity.
Hello, everybody. I'm so excited for this next match. Mini versus Soma. This is going to be so good.
Oh, man. I'm sorry. That song that was playing during the commercial, can't count me out. Can't count me out. That person counting me out can't count. It's like, oh, my God.
That's what it said?
Yeah.
You know what's funny is that they're picking the songs kind of unaware that these are just terrible lyrics. It's like somebody asked me, like, the music they play at ASL, is that like generated by an AI or what? And I'm like, maybe it is. I don't know.
I think it is.
Oh my God.
I think it's AI generated.
And I think that
It's so dumb sometimes.
It suits for like some beats, some feels, but sometimes the lyrics come, I'm like, oh no, if you speak English, that's a very, very silly sounding.
Someone told me one of the songs during the commercial break was like, "Come all ye faithful" the other day. It's like, oh my God. Oh.
All right, guys, we are going into this next game. The winner is going to move on into the round of 16. The loser will face off in our final match here in this ASL. Okay, Soma sending his overlord to the south now. He spawns on the left, and we have Mini here on the right, both sharing the top. on this map that is a reimagining of circuit breakers.
That's right. It's I love this updated version. It's just got so many cool paths around it, and lots of different ways to intercept people moving on those paths. So very, very fun. So I gotta throw this out there about it because this is the matchup I think this map was mostly invented for.
Mm-hmm.
The 3-hatch Hydra Rush should be much weaker here because of that little divot you see there. That's low ground. So if you place your cannons correctly, the Hydras have to take tons of free shots, and some of the Hydras are going to be missing half of their shots shooting uphill. So this should make it so that 3-hatch Hydra is a terrible build on the map. So how will Mini specifically abuse that? Because he is the greediest Protoss that exists.
Yes, that's true, Artosis, but if Lings can get little skateboards, they can ride down it like it's a half pipe and then come up over the top of the wall and attack in that way. No, I think it's a cool feature on this map. This map does look like they made the monsters from Tremors, like just kind of move through the map and then create these shapes here. So
now you're messing with my brain
because
these are divots, not little hills.
Oh, but no, didn't they leave like a big kind of like divot in the ground?
Oh, was it a divot?
I thought.
It might have been.
Yeah, well,
it's
they're
been
underground
so long
Artosis. How would it have been the other way around?
Well, because when you move,
oh no, I guess I see what you're saying.
It would make the
okay,
ground pop up. Yeah.
There were both of those in different parts of the movie. Yeah, I remember what you're saying.
Tasteless thinks he's a Tremors scientist. Is so funny, as if you're some sort of.
He thinks he's a Tremors zoologist. Listen, he's never even touched a Tremor. He's never even held a baby Tremor. I love that we're calling them Tremors. It's like the name of the movie. It's the name of the movie, and it like which just means vibrations in the ground, and it's like we're calling. That's what the monsters are called now.
You never even held a Tremor, Tasteless. Have you ever dissected a Tremor? What's wrong with you? Oh my God.
This is like calling the killer in the movie Scream, like calling him a Scream. So stupid.
Oh my God, it's so funny.
That's the best part of the ending of that movie is you find out there's 2 Screams in the end.
I love that. It's so funny. While we've been chatting, it's been a 9 pool, and he's blocked both hatcheries and almost killed a drone. That's cool. But yeah.
Not a good start for Soma.
He's already got 2 cannons. As far as I'm concerned, he can go up into 8 gates and Psy Storm at this point.
You know, it's really annoying when you're Protoss and you face a 9 pool without speed, because I think you still have to get 2 cannons no matter what, which feels awful because, you know, basically 6 Lings can just run up and kill your 1 cannon. Like, you don't have like any other help. You don't have a Zealot out in that time or anything. So yeah, it usually goes 2 cannons, Nexus, into the gateway, the pylon, the gas, like we're seeing Mini at now here. But yeah, I mean, while we were goofing around at the start of the show, Mini did do a great job slowing down and curbing progress with, you know, the hatcheries getting set up and all that development. I want to see what kind of tech Mini goes for. I feel like he's the most unpredictable Protoss as you enter into, like, the early game. Like, when the cybernetics core finish, it's like, okay, all bets are off. Like, what is Mini going to make? Is it going to be a second Stargate? Will he skip Stargate entirely? You know, he's got some really obtuse ways to approach the mid game.
He uses like more different ideas than most players. He has things mapped so well. I really appreciate just having him as a player. I think is a very special thing. You know, someone who practices more single player than multiplayer, who has these timings down to a level other players don't, who thinks about the game a bit differently. Whereas Soma over here is like, I think he's just like
built
a
the same.
Understanding. Like, if he knows what you're doing, he'll probably win. Like, I think you have to kind of catch him off guard, because a lot of Zerg theory actually comes from him. When he went to the military, Zerg players were talking about how this is going to be a dark era for Zerg, because Soma was the strategic leader. He was the one explaining what to do, showing what to do in all the matchups. Of course, Solki came around and has had the most dominating run we've had in modern StarCraft, so that wasn't the case, but like, Soma's still there. He went to military, but he was practicing so hard anyways, he kept his level up, and he's in unbelievable shape, and like, if he figures out what Mini's up to, how is Mini going to end up beating him? Like, Soma has ridiculously good Zerg versus Protoss.
He sent 2 Zealots through the blind spot And it didn't get spotted by that Overlord either. Now, 2 Zealots hidden like this, if he can come out at the right time, he could definitely surprise the Zerg here. By the way, we do have a Stargate started here. We don't know if there's going to be a second one. Did he see this leave? It's actually insane that these Zealots got this far out here. I feel like we only ever see Bisu get away with something like this. Now, he can go attack the drones and then go into the upper left part of this expansion and hide in that wedge position. Or he could lose it.
He could just right-click the hatchery and lose everything, too.
Yeah, he could. Yeah.
Oh, man. For all that hard work, sneaking them around, it doesn't feel like he's getting that much. Like, Soma's not having to make more lings or anything. He's going to clear that. A couple more Zealots are up at the top, but it looks like he's withdrawing them right now.
Back at home for the Zerg, I mean, development is coming along. Oh, wait, I'm sorry. I thought that was... Okay, so he is going to get a hatchery. I had to do a double take there. I thought the first building was a hatch, and it was actually a creep colony. But he cancels that and makes a hatch instead. It's important he gets all these hatches up, because that's really where the production kicks off, and he can start to be aggressive on the map. By the way, you know, this is interesting to me. We've seen an uptick in Protosses hunt for Overlords and not do an across-the-map scout, and I'm really interested in why this is happening.
I don't know. That is a good point. I guess.
Have you noticed that?
Yeah, I think it has to have something to do with keeping your probe scout alive long enough that you know it's not a 3-hatch Hydra. Because, like, the game is like you have to send it across if you're not sure, because otherwise you'll just die. So I think it has to do with keeping that probe alive and getting the right signs. By the way, this is another double Stargate opener. Why is Mini doing this so much? Well, Soma does like mutas.
Yeah, actually, I think Soma probably goes for mutas more than anybody.
He really does
in this matchup, right? I mean, I feel like every game we see at least 5 mutas made. This is an unusual time to attack here. This is like +1. Oh, I'm sorry. Actually, +1 is done. I think he went for... So there's a really weird build I saw Snow do a long time ago. Oh my God.
Oh my God, man. Dude, the flick shots back are insane.
He's a nasty.
Dude, this is the best Corsair micro I've ever seen.
Nasty. Well, that one he just headbutts one of them. He's like, I don't care. I'll take the damage.
Dude, that was kind of crazy.
Yeah, that was so insane. He got +1 really early. I was going to mention he doesn't have Zealot's speed done, and then I was thinking he doesn't even have a Citadel done. So he went for like +1 attack slow Zealots with early Corsair pressure. I've seen Snow do this once. That's what I was trying to say before I got captivated by that Corsair micro. And I saw him do it, and I thought, I'm going to remember this, and I'm going to do this, and then I forgot about it, and I never saw it again up until now. Wow. And it was a pretty sharp timing. Like, he got in there. The Zerg did lose some stuff. You know, a lot of times Zergs really basically feel safe until Zealot speed is done, you know, which takes a while.
Dude, how do you do that insane flick shot micro with the Corsairs? That was so crazy. I can't believe how quickly he gunned down the Scourge like that. I've seen people try that, but I've never seen it that successful.
So I actually texted Scan a long time ago and asked him, and he sent me this image, and it's like they have to be moving towards them, or they have to be moving away, and then you have to click at a, how do I say this? It's not 180 degrees, it'd be 130 degrees behind them, and when they turn for whatever reason, it's like they flip over. You know what I mean? Instead of turn, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
And I think you have to use patrol. I can't remember.
It's somewhat similar to Valkyrie micro, actually. It's a little bit similar to that, is what it sounds like.
Okay, because we were talking about that in the other game. I was trying to do it, and I kind of thought I would just eventually, it would start happening in my games, and I lost so many Corsairs I stopped doing it. But yeah, I mean, it's crazy because, look,
chips and salsa and sour cream.
A couple Scourge and they don't do anything, they lose control of the game immediately, right? You don't have any answer for the Corsairs. Look at this. He's literally splitting the mutas up and hoping that at least, one will get spotted and killed and the others can get away. This muta is literally on a suicide mission to just scout because he knows the Corsairs are going to find it.
So I want to throw something out here. If Mini has mastered this flick shot micro, if he feels completely confident he can gun Scourge down, 2 Stargate Corsair could become standard. because if you have a group of Corsairs and you can, at like 5 or 6, you can start moving out and you're not afraid of losing them. Do you know how strong that is? That's insane.
Season.
That
crazy.
Like we might, like this, if he has this so mastered that he can just move out and doesn't care about Scourge, the game is going to change.
I don't think we have that here in Canada.
Looks like it's not quite enough Zealots, by the way.
One of the biggest problems with Canada and America is America has like a billion different brands. Canada doesn't. We don't have all that crazy shit up here because we're super tiny.
Than other Protosses with like unit comps that don't make sense. Like Snow stays back or Rain stays back. They like power up. They're like, okay, I've got 4 Templars and I've got 12 to 20 Dragoons. You know, I've got my Observers.
You guys don't have Timmy Hoes. You guys don't have Timmy Hoes.
Taking fights. And it,
I'd trade all of it.
It's very dangerous for
Timmy Hoes
because it's just 2 Templars. It's a ton of Hydras. But he is going into the belly of the beast here in the middle of the map and just spamming out storms. Yeah, and it looks like actually this might have ended up being a mistake. It seems like Soma can kind of close in on this, and the Templars can't get back home. You know, there's a few units in the game that can just never retreat when they're out of position, and Templars are one of them.
That is incredibly true. They cannot outrun anything except maybe a Reaver, I guess. That's about it. Definitely one of the slowest units in the game. But the Corsairs mostly stay alive. He's still got 7 here, and obviously he could refill if he needed, but I don't think we'll see any more mutas this game. His Corsair usage has been super top tier, and it doesn't feel like someone's made mistakes. It's just been great control from Mini. What is in that shuttle, Tasteless?
Oh,
is he
no.
going DT?
I don't know.
He saw it, though. Soma saw
I
it.
mean, it could be 4 Zealots to drop at the main. I don't think we had Reaver tech. You know, we haven't actually looked at the Protoss' base that much. No shade on the Observer here. This has been a really action-packed game, but I don't think it would be Reavers, right? So it must be like DTs or Zealots.
You would think DT with how good his Corsairs have been.
Yep,
Yeah,
there they are.
Oh my God, man, this is
oh
insane.
no,
Mini
guys, Soma might win
right now.
I mean, Mini went. No, Mini's gonna win.
They have to put their Overlords in only a few locations, so this is kind of by design. Somebody asked me a while back.
Soma's
like,
not looking.
Like DT's getting the main
Soma's not looking, guys.
Like, yeah, that's.
He's gonna attack in, and then he's gonna look back at his base, and he's gonna have no drones. Oh, that's so sad.
I did not catch on that this was happening until that DT hit the hatch. So when a DT attacks a unit and kills it, it does not alert the player that's being attacked.
Yeah, if it
never
dies
goes like
in one shot,
you're under attack.
That's right. It
like,
does blink
under attack or whatever.
It blinks the mini map and that's it. So like you don't get the verbal communication people use a lot.
He might get the lair.
That is very, very painful. He loses just about every drone.
No,
in
he's
there,
gonna run
not
away.
Quite the lair.
Oh my God, he's gonna come in and try and snipe the Overlords.
A little bit, but I don't think it really matters all the way. Oh my God, he saves one. I don't think it matters that much. Like Mini has played this game so beautifully, but does he need to walk out and take a 3rd base, or
yeah, I'm still like Soma could still like oh man.
Well, this is the thing, right? He wants to get a 3rd for sure, and he has to, or he's going to lose the game. But because he
needs
lost
to,
his skirmish,
Soma needs to get like needs to get that bottom left base like now, like fucking yesterday.
You know, robust economy, right? It's a Zerg on 3 bases, and he lost every drone in his main, and nearly lost the hatchery.
Okay. Yeah.
Also, you
the
know,
lair, not even the hatchery, the lair.
Went through.
Yeah.
And now you know it's like low ground.
And Storm is ready.
Well, here's the problem: is it's very hard for Dragoons to break a contain here. Because the Dragoons are going to be standing right. You can see the Observer even showing us. He's clicking on the lurkers, and he drew a
dude, this would be hilarious if this was a backfire, and it actually made it terrible for Protoss because they can't leave their base.
Turns out to be a total nightmare for Protoss.
Yeah. Tasteless is just saying it.
It's pretty rare you see a lurker contain right up at the wall. Maybe Mini was a little bit too gung-ho with the amount of zealots that he had out on the map. But yeah, if Soma ends up pulling this out because of this lurker contain, that's going to be really impressive after the damage he took.
Something else besides American guacamole?
Now, if he can maybe push out the first...
I've never heard of that,
maybe he can make this work. Okay, he's never heard of low ground anymore, but he is kind of pushing into like this concave. So the damage can come from a lot of different sides. I love the Zealot drop. This is always what you want to do versus a lurker contain. Start dropping.
They're not all just made from avocados?
Work if they have like almost every single unit outside of your base.
Well, guacamole is made from avocados, but I don't think every avocado is American avocado. That's what I'm trying to say.
This is, oh, he loses the shuttle. You go from.
I'm pretty sure there are avocados that are not American.
Fight hydras on another high ground. This is maybe the strongest lurker contain map I've ever seen, and it didn't occur to me until we just saw the lurker contain set up, and it's like,
that
wow.
was crazy. That was crazy. I think it's going to be a little bit rare to be able to get into that position. It was a double Stargate opener, so a lot of gas spent early on in that way. I think this map is going to evolve really weirdly, though, after watching this game. Because originally I looked at this, I'm like, oh, this is anti-Hydra bust technology. Like, we're trying to
just confused about what blessed meant by American avocado. I'm the same way, because I have no idea what he meant by. I've only ever heard it called avocado. I've never heard it called American avocado. So I'm like, what's an American avocado? Just like an
not entirely sure, but the fact that
we only sell avocados here, they're all green. They all got a pit in them.
Incredible.
They're all bumpy skinned. I don't know what else to say.
But he chose to not go around it. He just wants to force his way up to where the third is.
Soma might have a chance here.
Yeah, it looks like
he needs that base, though. He needs to expand.
Left over here. He's going to try to take the high ground himself.
Yeah.
Just to mention, there's not a lot of buildable terrain there. Oh, he's not mining?
He's like literally mined out.
Oh shit! Okay, that makes things different.
I wasn't actually looking at the minerals, but I was
Neither was I. He needs to get that base. Dude, he's not gonna have enough to make a base.
Either Mini barely survives this,
or he's not gonna have enough minerals.
Not be closer, or Soma.
He's not gonna have enough minerals.
I don't see that many hydras, man.
Oh my god!
That was not a great storm.
Oh my god! I don't think Soma knows.
Like right now, you want a storm that just hits a brick of hydras.
Yeah. This dude, he literally, if that Nexus gets canceled, he just loses the game.
Mini is just out of money. He's going to be popping out High Templars, I think, here because he has a big gas bank and a very, very low mineral count. Getting a few more drones here with this Dark Templar, so still, getting some sort of value on the harassment side, but loses that as well. Very painful.
Well, look, all Mini has to do is wait for the Nexus to finish. You can see the probes are actually long-distance mining right now. Oh, God, it's a lot of lurkers.
That is a lot of lurkers.
Just like you want to slow down a Terran push, you want to run out here and force him to burrow. But he needs to be careful. He needs to pull these Zealots back.
Uh-oh.
Oh, God, I hate it when my Templars do this. They do this, like, waltz or whatever around each other.
And then more.
Forced to burrow and then ran back.
GG, and Soma fucking wins.
What a game.
Holy shit, that was close.
Dude, what a game that was. Seriously. That was an insane game. I thought 100% Mini was going to take it, but I guess that one giant Zealot move out, like he just lost too many units and then he got counter-contained from Soma even after killing all the drones. But
so Soma moves on, first place, guys.
We'll put a pin in it, but like there might be a meta shift coming in PvZ from this double Stargate stuff.
Mini is so salty right now. Well, we've got 2 Terrans left over.
But, yeah.
Do you see that classic Mini thing he did right before the camera switched?
Yeah.
He sits there and he looks so mad, and then you can see it's like he's re-experiencing the pain again. He goes, ah!
Yeah. Very emotional.
He's the emotional player.
So funny. He does it every time.
Yeah.
But he's still gonna get out.
So
there's no way. There's no reason to lose to either Sock or fucking Saber.
And I thought, oh well, I guess he's gonna be okay. But
if he hadn't run out of minerals, he would have been fine. But he was just, he was completely out of minerals.
You saw Dragoons already push out from low ground to high ground once. Now they got to do it again. And my takeaway from this map in this matchup is like, don't be fancy in the mid game. Because if it doesn't work, like you're better off just getting a standard push and having an army rallied outside the front of your base.
Yeah.
Tasteless is losing connection, guys.
Or you take a third.
Yeah.
Robot Tasteless is taking over.
Hydra isn't super strong on the map to get your production going and then take the front area so that this can't happen to you.
Yeah, like.
He's out of minerals.
I actually think the most important moment in the game was when the Zealots and the 2 Templars were killed in the middle of the map, not this.
Yeah.
Because that's what caused this.
Yes. I think you're completely right on that one. And yeah, I guess we're gonna replay the entirety of the game from here. But yeah, Mini was just barely unable to hold this. And the thing is, this was a pretty all-in contain from Soma. If you break the contain, you've got it. All right, quick interview here coming up with Soma.
ASL 시즌 20 24
You're watching Group C of the round of 24 of ASL Season 20 as we have our first player through to the round of 16 today. It's Soma. Congratulations. Thank you. You've returned after quite some time off and have succeeded in making a speedy round of 16. How do you feel? Today, you know, even when I practiced up until yesterday, I was feeling anxious, but that was not the case today. So I kind of felt I would advance. I'm feeling really good. I'm sure you'll be very happy indeed. When you were starting the first game, you both were joking around and talking about your win rates. Can you walk us through that?
Because they both have the highest win rates for the associated
is 25%,
race.
and he was complimenting me on my 33%. I had to get payback, didn't I? And you did, as that game was yours to take. Were you feeling confident all the way through today, starting with game 1? I was sure I would be winning the first game. And he played the build I thought he would, so it was even easier.
The dual
And
Stargate.
so catching the Valkyrie in the early game and following up with economic growth, you showed exceptional mobility in the late game and a truly Zerg-like performance to take the game. What were you focusing on in the first
Ability
game?
to adapt.
In the first game, I just thought I should macro and not take damage from Valkyries in the early game. And yesterday, when I was practicing with Yoon, there's a Zerg player called Yoon. So anyway, he said trying to get the Valkyries with Scourge, probably a good move. I tried it, and well, he was right. I really have Yoon to thank for this.
Nice.
Oh, you had some help. That must have been handy. Yes.
No one goes out alone. Remember that. There's always people in the background supporting you and cheering you on, and pushing you on, and pushing you forward, guys. So we want to foster around here.
It was double star.
May not be able to see them, but they're hiding there underneath your feet as you crush their skulls trying to get to the castle. You know, you know.
But seeing my Mutalisks drop like flies, I knew it was double Stargate. I built spores, and then I defended with Scourge. It's a good thing that I didn't lose too many Overlords. It was this conviction of Soma that ultimately led him to taking the winner's match to advance to the round of 16 so quickly. What would you like to show in the round of 16? In that second game, it felt like Mini was overdoing it with the Zealots. I thought to myself, what is he worried about? And then I looked at my main and there were no drones there. That's when I started worrying.
Hey, dog, I have a question. Hey, Hybrid Ninja, how's it going? Yeah, ask away, good sir.
Over and over again. I will work hard, starting now.
You're right. How do you write and overcome your fears?
I'm sure your win rate will be even better if you do look at the minimap. A lot of fans showed up to the studio to give you their support, and many are watching online.
It's a tough question, Hybrid.
A word for them, please.
I guess it depends on what your fears are, right?
He's determined to become the champion. And that does it for our interview with Soma, the first player to advance through today. Once more, congratulations.
I think just getting comfortable with knowing that other people are consuming your writing. Like it's a very heavy mentality thing. And you kind of have to detach yourself from it. Releasing my stories into fear, I'm confident that I'll get praise and criticism. Well, there you go. More if I don't want to piss off my religion. If writing something pisses off your religion, Hybrid, then I would feel sorry for that because of my story with a lot of political elements in it. Yeah, that's okay.
I wish Tasteless. Oh my gosh, I love siege tanks.
As long as you're doing respect to the original, I don't think it really matters. It's the same thing as writing historical fiction. Look at what here's a great example. Here's a great example of this. I'll pull this up right now, Hybrid. Welcome to a Talk Stories, where tales of fantasy and moral... This is how you do justice to something that's historical and make it completely fucking fiction. I don't know what the fuck this is. I just want the fight. Where's him throwing lightning and shit?
I was to believe you. What do you think he'll do when you open that door?
I don't care. It's not approval I'm after. Just power.
And you think he'll give it up?
I'm like, why is he throwing lightning bolts and shit? Here. This is where he's like using magic and shit like that?
You can't. You can't. It's my destiny. Mine. I am the prophet.
But it's like you can definitely warp religious aspects and do it extreme justice. That's proof of it.
Oh god.
Well, yeah, about that, one of my characters is actually going to be based on one of the archangels in the Bible. Essentially, I'm making one of them into a priestess, a very powerful one though, because long term I intend on including the seraphim and other mythological figures and humanizing them. Makes sense, Hybrid. That's perfectly valid to do.
Really? Yeah, the guy also drowned.
Just respect the source material
guys. He was
by
good
knowing
on
it.
Sure, but you know he shouldn't have done that.
Look
now,
at Callie's
by the way,
story.
proved that he could
Callie's
not have
story
gotten
has a
on the board.
lot of mythology in it and stuff, and it's based around it, but it's made into its own unique world, right? So it doesn't feel like it's stolen valor. It stands on its own. It just has those concepts to make it like easier to follow with,
I
right?
actually found out that apparently there's no way to have two people balance on that door. That's take that, all you experts in the chat.
Wow.
That's,
Wait, because she
yeah.
was floating on the door, right?
She's floating on the door, and people are like, why couldn't he get on the door? And apparently it's too hard to have two people float on a door. That's why he's not on the door.
Damn. That's
Yeah.
rough. I would have pushed her off the door, man.
Yeah.
Fuck that shit.
Yeah, exactly. I would have found another door. I would have been like, well,
Yeah.
there's got to be more than one door on that boat. I can go find something else.
We're gonna play on the
Anyway.
Tremors map, Tasteless. We'll see if we have any.
I'm pretty sure there's like a clip of them trying to like doing the experiment, trying to see if it worked before they filmed the Titanic, just to see if it would work, and it wouldn't work.
Let's go.
Come on,
So it's like
Tremor
physically
scientists,
proven
take
in
me
real
away.
life that you can't do it.
All right, guys.
It's too much weight for the
Let's do this,
buoyancy
guys.
of the door
Game
itself.
4 of the evening, a Terran versus Zerg here. Find out who's going to get knocked out.
Gets scary when I see other awesome biblical characters into their fiction, but at the same time I admire their bravery. Well, I mean, you just have to know that you might piss some people off and say, fuck those people, they're not my audience, why are they reading my book?
Okay. We have Saber here in the top right, and in the bottom left is Sack.
Retards.
And,
They're fucking retards.
Saber had a very, very
Good example
bumpy game.
is they had Zeus
Like,
frying
Minnie
a bunch of
kinda got a
angels in that
couple
one
jabs
comic
in,
I saw.
and then it was
Nice.
basically a beatdown.
Like, dang, that might have pissed off a lot of
think
Christians.
The way this game should
Yeah,
go
just
earlier,
sensitive
it should be a
little
bit
pussy
smoother for Saber,
bitches
and
who
I
don't
think
even
he did
deserve
have
to
a
read
little
your
bit of
writing.
anxiety, a little bit of
Hybrid.
nerves.
Anyone who's an enthusiastic
you know,
reader knows that that's not.
basically-
It's fucking fiction.
Get that out of his system by now. You know what I mean? Like,
If you write and no one gets
usually when
pissed
you're
off, then you
in a
didn't make it
tournament, a lot
yet.
of times it's like
Exactly,
right at the start of the
Beezus.
game or, like, right before it
Exactly.
start, eventually, you're just kind of in the moment.
I think you're definitely, as far as the way I handle tournaments and stuff, that's definitely right for me. It's like the very first match is by far the hardest, and then everything else is fine because you're just like, all right, we've started, it's going. So I hope that Saber can kind of find his stride with that as well.
Yeah. You know, for a player like Saber, it's like, okay, I've made it this far. He's been playing his whole
You
life.
get into the
Everybody's been
ASL
playing
and then you
ASL,
realize
playing
that
their
just
whole
getting
life.
into the
Now
round
you
of
can
24 of the
show up and
ASL is an entirely
be
different
good
beast
and
than the round of
walk
16.
away.
Which is an
I guess
entirely
it's
different
from
beast than
some
the round of
crazy
8.
background, like another.
So you gotta be
somebody
in the
else
round of
maybe
24
show
like
up and have a head start compared to most
10
people, but
times before you even have the
point
chance of being
case
round
in
of
point,
16.
excuse me.
Scan got so
He
lucky
is
at
going
getting
to
his
try,
first ASL round of
his best
16.
because he might not be back here next season. We don't know, right? I mean, he's been a great addition for the show this far. but there's a lot of other players that are vying for that position
Yep.
this season.
You never know.
Quite a
Mini didn't
few.
make it in
There's
last
a lot
season.
of players that are right around that level. And, you know, winning ACS shows that he is, I guess, a small step above. Actually, the 2 players he beat in the top 4 were Sue and HM, 2 other really great players. Sue from Starcraft 2, of course.
Not or
right.
Sue.
You know, everyone's just like, there's a lot of players right on the brink, man. It seems to me that there's about 4 slots in ASL that might go to anybody. Like, there's like 30 players vying for like 4 spots or so each season, where it's like, yeah, we don't know. The borderline guys, people like Motive, Scan, Paralyze, Saber, HM, Ride Sky, you know, like all these like very good up-and-comers that haven't secured like I'm in almost every season type status that people like Barracks and Soma have secured.
It's like 5 years ago, we didn't know the name Barracks. We didn't know the name Soma on the level that we do now. In the last like 5 years, they've come up quite a fucking bit.
You would have something to say that you're like, whatever, man. Let's talk about builder.
I'm like, anyway, like, they're making buildings, they're mining minerals.
It's just a game, Artosis. Like, why are you trying to make a story here? Like, it's so stupid, man.
Hey,
just
get
talk
alive,
about
Artosis. Go touch grass, man. It's a computer game.
Don't you see what's on the screen? The drone's running away. All right, like let's say that. Like really great commentary.
You'll find it very interesting, fascinating seeing biblical characters in fiction because then they hit the mark. They really hit the mark. Yeah, because there's the entire history of the character behind it.
That's like an
I was gonna
even
say,
speedier. Yeah.
I don't feel like I've seen this that often, but I guess it makes for a quick factory, which could make for a quick vulture or a quick starport. What do you make of this?
I think it's most likely that he goes for a quick starport here. I'm not sure exactly what build, but like since it's cross spawn, like you definitely can do this, and it's going to be impossible for them to time out when your command center is. So this is very, very well hidden. Whereas in the Soma game, Soma was able to scout with his Overlord a lot quicker. So just a slightly better, positionally a better spot here for Sock. Or as you call him, Sack.
Sack.
This is just a guy you put oranges in.
Sock?
You called him Sack when you introed.
So the SCV is going to be picked off here. He can't get any more information with that. But it's Spire Tech here. He did have a little bit of a variation in the build with that quick gas. So let's see what kind of adjustments can be made from this that might help him here in the mid game, or might surprise Saber, in that the tech's going to come out at a time he's not ready for.
Well, I think it's going to be just slightly quicker for Sock this game, and we'll see if Saber has the correct read and can actually jump on those Valkyries, because what we might see is what would have happened to Soma if he hadn't killed like 4 Valkyries right in a row.
Yeah. He would have been fucked if those Valkyries went all in, and Sock could have even beat him.
Evaporate. They do not last long.
You saw that those 2 Valkyries eliminated 8 mutas in like 3.5 seconds.
It's funny because
he was running away too.
Were like,
it was like, oh shit, I don't have enough HP, and every one of them died.
It might take, almost the entire length of the game because so many things happened. Right, the game was really complex, and there were a lot of pivotal moments. And then there's games where it's like, yeah, well, you lost your shuttle, at the start.
Yeah,
of the
you
game,
lost your shuttle, or you
like,
fucking,
yeah, that's,
you got blocked or something like that, and it's just like
spent all this
game
money
over.
on something you got no value. It was kind of painful to watch this happen to Terran here because it was like, well, you lost.
I like
that
to think
Valkyrie.
somewhere out there in another
one.
universe, there are aliens fighting
too.
like what we're seeing now.
Eventually it's like this guy has nothing he can work with here in the mid game because
somewhere, sometime, in some universe.
Let's see if he can do a better job controlling it. What will these vultures
most likely, Hybrid. Most likely. Even if it's us in the future.
Sock decides, okay, we got to just pull out because the sunk might finish any second. I'm gonna lose
and it's
vultures.
Like these are actually all humans,
sort of read on
just
that
humans who stayed humans, humans who evolved into Protoss, and humans who evolved into Zerg.
Later, which means that you're going to be a little bit more prepared by the time they get to your base. But already he's got.
They were all originally human.
A Valkyrie out. I think the second one's about to pop out here as well. And here comes the Mutas with the Scourge.
I want to take a game and like a StarCraft game and write a story, like a battle from like
Valkyrie,
you know, the commander's position kind of
Zerg wants to
idea
bait it
of like
into a
the
position
step-by-step,
where it can't quite turn
moment-to-moment
around. It's a really
of a
clunky
single
unit.
game.
It's hard
Like
to
a really,
kind of
really
move it,
insane
in
game,
an
and
easy
usually
way.
the
And so
climactic
what you
battle
wanna do is
of
get-
like a
and
war.
Maybe you know Artosis. I actually don't know the number for this, but is there like a number that you're looking for? Like a lot of times Protosses want 5 Corsairs with +1 attack, and they can like kill Scourge in 2 shots. Is there a number of Valkyries you're looking for where you're like, now it's time to fight?
So, yes and no. Like, for instance, if you have a ton of Marine Medic, well, first off, a lot of the timings are just based off of when they make the Lurkers. So, like, if they are getting towards Lurker, you just have to move however many Valkyries you have because they scale down infinitely once Lurkers are out.
Yeah.
But, like, if you have 1 with a bunch, it's fine. 4, it feels like where it gets really, really strong. And anything beyond 4 becomes, like, silly. It's like, I don't even know if you should make them beyond then. But the thing is, Valkyrie builds, you kind of have to transition into something weird out of them.
Because you're already
the
stuck
two
in
ways
kind
you
of
can play
mech.
Valkyrie is just a timing attack all in.
And then you kind of go like
where you
Goliaths.
opened with bio.
And that's why he has vultures out.
Maybe +1 or something, and then you go into Valkyries, then you try to hit a timing before Lurkers. So there's that, and once Lurkers are out, you're basically dead. And maybe you can go dropships after that and try to continue that all in, or you can switch into mech. So, yeah, it's not... the Valkyrie builds are still not completely mapped out, and a big part of that is just because they don't really provide anything once Lurkers are out. So they aren't used nearly as much as they were like a year ago or 2 years ago.
There was a bit, like, even Wraiths are
Yeah,
coming
so this
back
is
in
that,
a way.
You know, mech play. The Terran is just sitting there buttoned up.
Oh man, he's going for there
Can't
for his
engage the Zerg just
third?
yet. It's not clear if the Zerg knows what kind of tech this is so far. I mean, past the Valkyrie.
He has zoned
But
him out.
it's going to be an immediate
He's going
hive. That
straight
is
for
such a
Hive.
bad
This is
hive.
ridiculous.
I'm not sure what exactly he wants. Maybe he just wants the Nidus out. Maybe he wants to get like a
+1
Lurker or
armor.
Defiler defense. He had a very quick evolution chamber, so I felt like he might have been going Crazy Zerg there. But Crazy Zerg is no good against mech. You don't really...
Well, does he want a greater
Crazy Zerg! Tasteless made up Crazy Zerg! It's called Crazy Zerg because of Tasteless. Why would Tasteless ever call a move, call it Crazy
I
Zerg?
feel like if you see a Dark Archon Artosis, you're like, oh yeah, that's in the game.
Yeah.
But I mean, the Devourer,
Mind
I feel like I
control.
know even less about. Like the Devourer, I feel like it's a complex unit that basically gets no attention and is never really used. But you know, if the guy goes for heavy Valkyrie, is there a world where that would make sense to get like 1 or 2 maybe Devourer shots into that to kill it?
Maybe on an island map, but not on a land map. Like on a land map, if they have Valkyries, the counter is to not make more air units.
Yeah.
It's like eventually you get a plague off on them or something and they're dead. But yeah, it looks like he is going towards Crazy Zerg. He did get that very quick evolution chamber. There is an Ultralisk Den below where that scan hit. But again, like Mines, Vultures, Siege Tanks, that's about as good a counter to Ultras as you're going to get.
Well, it's very cool to see Saber going for this here.
Oh, nice, gets the colony down.
Now we're going to have the Mutas try to just come up here and clear as much as they can. Spider Mines are going to be littering the map here in the middle. And for the first time here,
Like I said, we're going into Goliaths.
Ground army. But I don't feel like Terran has to push anywhere yet. Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like I think he could sit and basically power up a little bit more.
Oh,
and
he's
like,
going
none of these
straight for that
locations
base.
Are desirable to attack into. The top left main is hard to get. I guess that's probably the best place to hit. And so he's going to try to move up there.
I just recognized something. He actually got +1 air weapons. I
Yeah.
didn't expect that. So he has +1 air against the +1 flyer carapace. That makes a huge difference. Now,
Oh wow, okay.
See how they're flying
Here we go.
backwards?
Scourge are coming up. The vessel goes down. Everything on the ground is going to be wiped here.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's
just one Goliath remaining here, and that's going to
that's
be killed.
brutal.
Obviously, the vultures need to be pulled away as well.
Yeah,
that
this
was
is
just
why
a
this
weird
doesn't
time to
work.
attack as Terran on the map. Like I sort of. I mean, I was kind of mentioning this before the fight happened, but I thought there's no really obvious target to hit, and I didn't feel like Terran had the right number of mech
Fuck
units,
ads.
especially versus Zerg. You don't really want to attack them with mech until you have like a lot.
You need
wanna
critical
have
numbers.
Way more than, like, Terrans are used to fighting Protosses with a couple of mech units, right? But you really want, like, such a big chunk of Goliaths that if the Zerg attacks in at the wrong time, they lose everything. Or you want so many tanks that, everything is going to get obliterated before a single Zergling can touch the tanks. So it seemed like an odd moment to attack. Now, he kept the Valkyries alive. And again, I'm very intrigued by that +1 attack. I actually would not have even occurred to me to check for it. I'm glad that you and the Observer caught that. But yeah, I mean, why would you not get +1 attack if you're trying to accumulate a lot of these?
Oh, +1 attack on Valkyries is amazingly strong. But
really?
Yeah. And the thing is, if you're using Valkyries and you're actually playing against +1 carapace on mutas, the Valkyries, like, really, they fall off really, really quickly there. So I'm surprised to see it, though, because it starts so late compared to, like, a +1 Corsair. It finishes way after the carapace upgrade for Zerg. So kind of an interesting thing to see mixed in there. But looking at the game
1-1
right
ground,
now where
too.
we're at, I really hate Sock's position. It looks so incredibly weak. Like, he's taking his third base, which is a mineral base. In the meantime, there is no issue here for Saber. Saber is taking
Saber's just like he's taking his fourth. Like he's probably doing defiler upgrades in the background.
Queens he can. Another idea for counter queen, by the way, is to keep your Valkyrie count high. That was something Light was playing with a couple years ago. But it never
so you don't have to worry about having like 9 queens or 14 queens come out of
against
nowhere and snipe all your tanks.
Like, no one's mastered anything and made it like, okay, mech can be normal now. But I'm just saying, like, when the game gets slowed like this, queens are much easier to get out. Like, you already had an army reset. It's tough.
I'm really waiting eagerly to see the first EMP on queens cast here.
Yeah.
Like, just because, like, look, especially there's a lot more Terrans and Zergs in the season. There's less Protosses here, so we have a higher likelihood of just having more TVZs. And mech doesn't seem to be going away. We're having it.
Everyone seems
TVZ,
to like the
one
mech.
game with mech a lot of times. So, hopefully we start to see that evolution because it does seem to be the obvious next step.
Remember, TY made it through, right?
The Protosses basically map out.
TY made it through round 1
by getting Maelstrom and freezing the mutas, and then
I think
killing
he
it
was
with
the
an
upset,
Archon or
right?
storming it or shooting it down with dragoons. I look at these games and I go, God, it just feels like that's got to be the move here versus the queens.
He's the main Terran we want to look at because he's a Starcraft 2 player.
There's a good chance that will be heavily tried at some point. By the way, I need to point out that he's been going heavy Vulture Goliath for the most part, both times. I really like how he's playing. This is a very different style of mech, and he has, of course, mixed in siege tanks at this point. But, like, the roaming group that he had out there was very new. We never really see play like that. Maybe because you see Hydras a bit more often. But, yeah, some Ultras now running in, getting on top of some of these siege tanks. I think he'll hold that, and I think he'll kill this 4th base. Maybe Sock just fights right back from here.
I mean, this is looking pretty good. Especially on the 4 bases. The first couple of Ultras, you really want to make sure you get damage and clear stuff. You cannot feed with them because then you're just going to let the Terran expand out and push even further.
Dude, if Mini gets so tilted from losing to Soma, right? And Sock wins and Mini loses to Sock, oh my god, Mini is going to, like,
he drives out.
Oh my god, I cannot imagine.
6 o'clock base, but once again,
didn't make it into the last ASL, gets kicked out in the round of fucking 24 again.
Wow, this is such a weird.
Oh my god, I would be so fucking pissed.
I feel like Saber has the advantage still slightly, but the way Sock is playing is like very, very fresh. Like roaming around a little bit, laying extra mines more than we normally see, walking around with Goliaths, picking off Overlords and things, running around with the Vultures. You kind of, like against this composition at least, it's working very well. I don't know how well it would work if there was like mass Hydras being made. You kind of really need tanks in siege mode then. But that also could prevent queen switches. Now, Saber has mostly just stayed on Ultra.
One of my ideas is to transform gods of ancient myths into humans. For example, Zeus is a Greek god, right? In my universe, he is human. It's very powerful and can conjure lightning. I noticed nobody, from what I know, have ever literally humanized gods as an idea. I feel that has a lot of opportunities.
Like single
True
attacks,
ninja.
Whereas like Marines, they do 6 base.
Because people don't want to usually do the hierarchical gods.
Armor really takes a lot of damage out. Whereas a tank shooting with 70 to 85 damage doesn't care that you have 5 armor, you know? So I'm surprised he just keeps making more ultras.
Normally when you see unit compositions fighting each other, it's not ever random, right? Like there's a right number of everything versus everything. Oh
Yeah.
my god! And he gets up into the main.
And he sees the
He's
queen.
catching his first queen too. Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, great scout there. So, yeah, you know, like you normally, you know, versus mech, you just wouldn't see this composition that's being made. It's why it's so weird. And you know, it's not hard for the Terran to fight. Like, vultures are going to destroy with tanks and mines all these ultras and lings. You know, I mean, obviously the vultures can just gun down the lings so easily. The vultures can get in the way for the tanks versus the ultras. The mines are going to make the ultralisks extremely squishy upon arrival of the attack. I mean, look at this.
Yeah.
That was just now like 400 gas that disappeared.
Yeah.
Due to mineral-only cost spider mines. Like, that's insane value.
The spider mines are basically free, man. It's like you can't be running ultras through minefields. That's why this is looking so bizarre. And look at this with all these siege tanks.
Yes,
I mean,
this is the problem with Saber. He's just not. He's just not at the level of
They just
play.
don't care about the armor that much, and that's the strength of the ultra.
This looks like its own matchup right now. All we need to do is have one Arbiter floating over the Ultraless Ling army, like running away with this, and we'd have a PvT right now.
Dude, I would go mech every game against Zerg if Zerg promised to play Ultra Ling against me.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. So Dark Swarm comes down. Now that is a problem for mech, but keep in mind there's no lurkers here. So it's not like he can like burrow and then uproot this entire push.
Back when I
Instead,
played
the
Starcraft,
Ultras
I
are
was
just
told
gonna
Terran
take a little bit less damage
meta
from the
is
Dark Swarm
broken
and
as
eventually die.
fuck.
Now, he is banking
Might have just been
energy
at the
on
time,
queens.
but
I want to say something like 9 or 10 queens.
not
where
against
just, like, they're
Zerg.
underneath the
Against
map
Zerg,
right
you
now.
generally go bio, but against Protoss,
Just
you
the
always
left
go
of our
mech. You
position here.
cannot go bio against Protoss.
But
You will just die.
There's very few
The
Goliaths
units
here
are
as
just
well.
too
like
weak.
A switch into mutas would actually kill this army really quickly. Like if you just made 12 mutas, you would kill every tank
yeah.
before Goliaths could get up there. Just based on the
No, it's a
very
good point,
small
Artosis.
anti-air number. Like, Saber is a very good player, but it's very weird watching the way that he's playing against this.
I think the guy who did
Well, it's
Ultra
not
underestimated the Terran mech. But he's still got the
just- it's
queens,
all
that's the thing.
There's no incorrect way to play. Yes, there is. Yes, there is.
There is. Well, there are definitely incorrect ways to play. There's so here come the queens. Keep in mind, not all these were made at the same time, so a couple more are still banking energy. If the Terran kills this base, it's Zerg on 3 bases to Terran's. Well, it was 5 just now. The Ultras, you know, denied the 5th base, forcing the SCVs away. Again, mines are going to come out here. This Ultralist can't last.
Yeah, they don't have the
Trying to pick off some of
sustain.
those
The queens
to
don't
get
have
more energy,
sustain
but
that
this
mutas
base is
would.
going to go down. That's going to
It
bring
was a
Saber
bad
down
decision to
like
make queens. He
3
should have just
mining
made mutas.
bases. He does have a new hatchery, but no drones at it as of yet. This is a sock victory now. That's too bad because like Saber definitely got himself ahead, holding that first weird Goliath push out that we were both kind of scratching our heads about. And then he
All right, it's going to be a TVP, guys. Mini's going to crush Sock.
Against this, you know? It was very, very weird to see.
Well, we're definitely in the twilight of this game. Like, I think we're going to see Saber tap out. You know, if you're someone
He put
who's
up a good
studying the
fight.
game,
He
I mean,
put
this
up
is
some good
kind of a
games.
great illustration of like why
Sort of pixel games are
you know,
just
there
timeless.
Are certain unit compositions
True.
used in certain matchups. I guess he wanted to do crazy Zerg.
Graphics of SC1
and now
did
Mick
not
came
age
out
like
and
milk.
He's just like,
Nope.
I'm just going to keep doing crazy Zerg. And you know, the good news is the queens.
I think SC1
we've
looks
seen
better
crazy
than
Zerg with,
SC2.
like, queens and snare. Obviously, you can just get the queens.
I think
and go
SC2
for,
looks so
brutally. That's really what you're supposed
cartoony.
to do versus mech, but he doesn't have the right army comp to finish this off. You know.
There's no
just-
like dark to
he's
it,
having
right?
such a hard time
There's no
actually attacking
grit
anything,
to
defending
it.
anything. It's just the damage output's so strong against all these melee
Yeah, SC1's
units
dark
running
and
in. That's
gritty,
really not
exactly.
what you're afraid of. You know, the queens are how you
CT
gain
more
value over time.
PG.
But
Yeah.
very well played game from Sock to come back in this game after he was in kind of a gross spot for a little bit. And I'm actually like,
So this
I
might
really would like
actually
to
be
see
the only
some more
non-cartoony
of
game
his
that Blizzard
Terran versus
released.
mech. GG.
You know what? That might be true,
was
Beezus.
really fun to see, though.
That might
He built for
actually be
Goliath and he was
true.
trying to rely on
Because
that.
Warcraft
It's just
1 and
not
2 are
something you
pretty
ever see,
cartoony.
so.
Warcraft 3
He
is
will
super
eliminate Saber.
cartoony.
Saber
WoW
goes 0-2 in his
is
first
fucking
ASL. That's not
cartoony
a
as
big
balls.
surprise. But Saber is one of these guys that is
Hearthstone's
right on the
kind
brink
of
every
cartoony.
ASL, so we might see him again next season.
The cards themselves are 100% cartoony.
Yeah. Saber, I mean, he had a rough day here, but these are a lot of times the most valuable days in your career.
Overwatch
This
is
really where you
yep.
get a growth spurt, right? Was I too shaky in game 1?
I mean, Diablo 1 and Diablo 2?
Right. Even a player as good as Saber, who's basically been, you know, one of the highest ranked players on the ladder consistently for years and years and years, ASL is a
Diablo
different...
3 definitely, Diablo 4 definitely.
It really is. It's the pinnacle of the sport, and you know, you get nervous. There's no question. You
So
know,
we're gonna see if Mini is on
like
top or not.
Experienced ASL players have been through that a lot of times and are much better at dealing with it. And anyone that's kind of at their first tournament, it's a tough one, man. I know that you know this. Well, we're going to go to a quick commercial break, guys. When we come back, we'll talk more about it. Mini versus Sock, the final match.
Man, I miss Warcraft. Those games had such amazing storylines. Yeah, they had great storylines up until a certain point, Beezus.
Welcome back, everybody.
But at some point, they just lost the plot,
got,
right?
We've got a match that we're, it's actually going to be a rematch now that I think about it. Mini versus Saber here. What am I saying? Mini versus Sock here coming up. What is going on where something's happening in my brain in this recording where like every time the game starts, it's like they Men in Blacked my memory.
Yeah.
Something like, I'm like, we have 2 Terrans today. No, this is a rematch. It's Mini versus Saber. It's like, no, Tazos, you just casted. Saber dying. He made mech. You just talked about it for like a half
World of
hour.
Warcraft, yes, it's actually insanely
Sorry,
stupid in
everybody.
modern times.
This is Mini versus Sock.
So I've heard, Beezus. So I've heard.
And this should be a really good one. Again, I think Mini should take it. He might have some pretty scummy Protoss cheese, some pretty exploitive play, but Sock is a solid Terran. He should be able to put up a good fight.
Yeah, this is not at all undoable for Sock. You know, he
love to
plays
see
a
you play
style
through
that is
Frozen
actually
Throne.
reasonably good, in my opinion, against Mini's general style. I think Sock is extra weak against like heavy macro Protosses. Like Sock
Story is
against best, I think,
badass.
best, like a huge win rate. But against Mini, who's a little bit
I'm
more
like,
of a technical
hold on a
player
sec
himself,
here. Hold on a
Sock
sec
is
here.
going to have the tools he needs to potentially deal with that. So I feel like he has an okay chance here.
All right, guys, we're going to hop into this game. The winner survives, the loser's out. This is Group C here, the final game of the ASL.
Yeah, I do have it.
Okay, Sock here in the bottom.
I wasn't
on the
sure,
left,
but yes, I do have it.
Up here in the top on the left.
So we could play it,
Our
Beezus.
final plug here for the Patreon, guys. Consider signing up. We know that many of you are out there. You love StarCraft. Whether you are a casual fan.
I played through Warcraft 1 and Warcraft 2 if you want to go back and watch the stream.
Some change
way back in the day.
You go, ooh,
like last year.
Been uploaded, and you tune in and watch, and that's how you get your content. Or you're a hardcore fan where when you're not watching this, you're on Soup watching pros play. You're in Twitch streams watching
Frozen Throne by far and away the best.
Hey, wake up! ASL's on, guy on the left. Okay, went back to sleep. But you know, or you're hardcore. You know, you're maybe playing, grinding, trying to improve yourself. We have new people picking up the game every day.
GSL, ASL fighting! Where can I find it?
We know
YouTube?
you love StarCraft, so consider going to our Patreon.
And we love you guys for supporting for so long. It's really appreciated.
Just go to my YouTube and go to live.
StarCraft Forever.
Because it's when I streamed.
That's all I want, man.
Like you should be able to just.
Well, here's the thing. We actually get to have StarCraft forever.
Yeah, isn't that crazy?
Yeah.
Enough people want it,
Yeah.
and that's all that it needs. That's insane. I
Yeah,
love
these
it.
ones.
You can see interviews from top players like the second year the game's
So
out.
how
They're
long
like,
was
"Oh, these
this?
tournaments are gonna be
9
amazing."
months ago.
And it's like, well, it's been over a quarter of a century now. The game is huge. There's new people coming on.
I'm sure I knew how
The
to
games are
read when
better
I
than
tried
ever,
to.
right? So I don't see why we wouldn't have another 25 years to add to that quarter of a century here.
Well, people
so
were
yeah,
saying dead game on Team Liquid in 2001. So
literally, Literally.
guys.
I remember talking to these like weirdly, darkly pessimistic kids at LANs. Like, this is the last year. It's like, I love this game.
Yeah,
It's the last year it'll be
so
around.
this would be the
I gotta
first
get a job after
stream.
this. And it's like,
And then
it's a weird
we
guy.
played it
They were
for
right about
6
that,
different
Jason. I think you
streams.
and I are the only ones at this point that didn't
we're
have
the
to get a
sole
job
survivor.
after
We're
this.
still
And then Path of
having
Exile
jobs.
2
That's
came
true.
out.
All right.
I wonder if Warcraft
Full
1 is
Start,
earlier.
Great map for PvT, TvP. It's a super balanced, really dynamic map.
Maybe that is
doing
1 and
what
2.
looks
I'm
like
not
a factory
sure.
expansion opener. And Mini. Wow, that's a really.
Whoops. But
really
yeah, you can
fast
just go back
factory
and look
soccer
in there
builder. He
and
is
see the
very good at
old
mining
shit.
optimization in
Not
the
even
game.
sure I knew it.
Yeah.
I feel like every time I see a 227 factory, it's from SOC. That's very fast. So looking good, and Mini has decided to not scout as of yet, which is completely fine. Like, you can definitely play like that. We'll see if he's trying to optimize out like a very fast Nexus or what. Oh wait, no, I'm sorry, I got that mixed up with the colors. SOC is actually the one not scouting, which is incredibly bizarre, actually. that's completely.
Yeah.
Now think of what I said, guys. Rewind and just take it exactly the opposite of what I said. So Mini has scouted quickly. SOC has not. SOC is playing completely blind here. That's very strange.
It's generally
to see.
deemed acceptable, not like a must, but a lot of times Protosses can scout with like the Dragoon or the Zealot if they want to, and just use the extra
The Terran.
probe.
Without scouting as
use
Terran, you're
extra
completely
minerals,
open
but,
to anything.
Mini's always had like an off-brand, super strong.
Oh
use of
no!
Protoss,
Oh
so
no!
not
This
too
is
shocked
really
to see him
bad.
Scouting early like this,
It's funny to see SOC just absolutely uninterested in scouting, because this could be anything. Obviously, now he knows that it's a Dragoon opener, probably into an expansion, and that did optimize his build a bit better. Like, it's a faster command
But
center
man, he
and
could have been
everything
fucked.
like that. But like, for instance, right now he still doesn't have info, and he's not even making.
My
a
beta
bump.
reader said my script format
So
is
I
just
guess
going to
he's
make it
just
hard
gonna
to
pop a tank
succeed
out in
because the
Marines.
repeated names will
This-
bother audiobook listeners. I
very
might actually
weird,
have to
guys.
rewrite the whole
Never,
story
ever,
again
ever-
for a
I
few
haven't
times.
seen a pro play like this.
Yeah,
like,
Beezus,
ever.
I could definitely
And
see that being
Mini
a thing.
is doing a DT rush.
Unfortunately.
Yeah. Can't put it past Mini to do a TT rush. These were actually more popular like 3 years ago. There were a lot of games where you just go for like a Dragoon expand into DTs.
I mean, it
And
is
lot
a good
times
way of
Protosses
just
were
keeping
being
track
too
of
greedy,
who's
and they would just
talking,
not have
right?
detection, and they would lose the game. So I think we're going to see a second gateway and that Templar Archives thrown down. And this is one of these builds where like it looks strong when it works, but I feel like the Protoss is in total peril if it doesn't work.
100%.
You don't have a robo. I've thought to myself like, well, maybe you want to just not get a robo and go right into Arbiter because you're already in such a weird position. You might as well like try to cut corners even more. So for my own selfish purposes, I'm kind of hoping this doesn't work, and I want to see how Mini plays it. Because like this is a build I've definitely cast a bunch and I've tried myself, but I've always felt like I don't fully understand it beyond the power of maybe just winning the game immediately, right? Like you do need to have some kind of way to follow this up.
I'm kind of surprised he's doing it. There are some mines being laid, and he actually did a good job with those Dragoons. I bet you Mini has a really interesting path for his DT, because having the goons out here, whenever you put goons on the bunker like this, they'll lay mines behind the goons so that when they try to retreat, they get hit. So Mini will probably use that against SOC and walk around where his goons would normally retreat is my best bet. So that's kind of like a cool addition here for Mini. But yeah, like you said, if the DT rush ends up not working, like that gives this huge amount of freedom to Terran. Like your observer is going to be way later. You can lay mines. You can get vulture speed and do all sorts of fun stuff. Make faster expands. So I'm worried.
Mini is just being a little bitch.
Maybe he gets wrecked.
Okay, he's just going to feed the Dragoon.
Oh, because he doesn't want the DTs to be
He's
seen.
gonna avoid that one mine. So this could just kill him. This could just end the game right now. He's got to get that SCV and then probably dive on the tower, the turret, itself.
Oh my god. Oh my god.
Oh my god.
Oh, Chase.
ChatGPT is now a better programmer than me. It's heartbreaking.
depends on who you're rooting for here, but if you're wanting the Terran to stay alive here, oh my God!
Wow!
A mine hit actually hits that DT. Somehow it didn't attack before it went under. Another DT. I think maybe 2 more DTs are coming here.
And Mini is trying so hard to keep this DT alive. That one's going to end up dying. He will get hit. And he should be able to swipe that one down, that siege tank. I'm surprised. Okay, there he goes. There he goes. But he keeps making DTs. Okay.
Okay. Oh. He's going to get that one. Now the Vulture.
You plan on seeing one of these events in real life? It would be really cool, Beezus. It would be really cool to go to Korea and see the ASL.
It would be 2-shotted by Vulture if it merged in here. Okay, so we're going to get what I wanted.
I don't think it would be worth it.
Not end the game.
Like, unless, like, I was rich, though.
Sock had great control there.
Because it would just literally be a super expensive trip.
Oh, that is.
And it's like a fucking 14-hour plane ride.
Very good because it delays one of the DTs from actually hitting. Okay, that was too much from Mini. That was too much.
Wow.
He got way too greedy with that aggression.
So now we're going to be in that scenario we talked about. The Robo is going to finish in a little bit here, but you know, when we talk about weird experimental builds that Protoss can do, we're almost always still counting a Robo as part of the build because it's such a foundational core tech that Protoss needs. Because mines they play a bigger role.
Plane ride to Korea made me realize how terrifying solitary confinement really is.
Play a role in TVP,
well, I believe that, Beezus.
Being set off and blowing up units, right? They kind of curb or sandbag progress of pushes on the map and eat up extra shots from tanks and Goliaths and Vultures when there's big fights. But like mines in this matchup destroy Protoss armies. And that's why you need to have observers early on. Also, you need to know what kind of tech the Terran's going to do. So the fact that we're about to get our first observer in an 8-minute and 50-second game is pretty big.
The other thing that's pretty big here is that Sock, during that defense, he actually defended the DTs pretty well for how much was spent on that rush. But he only had 1 factory. So these are the latest factory adds that you're likely ever to see in a pro game in this matchup. It is incredibly late how late those factories are. So he actually doesn't have an army that can push. And in fact, because it was an armory opener, he's gotten a very fast starport behind this. So we're going to see a dropship come out, and we're going to see very fast +2. So he's kind of falling back into like an upgrade Terran style while scouting with the Vultures and trying to slow down any 4th or 5th base.
For late game tech, I mean, do you have to go Arbiter here? Is it, or would you just go Shuttle
Probably.
Storm? Yeah.
Most DT openers go into Arbiter. You don't have to. Like, you can follow up with any tech that you want. But, like, I mean, Arbiter is obviously the most common since you already have the Templar tech. I could see him, though. You know, he's made his Robo and whatever. He's making like a heavy Dragoon force here to clear mines and everything. Maybe he goes into Storm and just like drop or shuttle play.
Yeah, it feels like we almost don't have Arbiters lately, you know, and that's it. You just answered it. There's a shuttle in the 4 Templars coming out here. Yeah, you know, because that observer's late, you don't know if this drop's coming or not. You don't want to waste money on cannons if they're never going to make a drop ship. And so, a little bit of a nuisance. This, I guess, overall, not going to be that impactful this game. I guess he will actually not get the drop ship.
Well, that's pretty big.
It made it out, actually. I think he's going to catch it on its way out still.
Yeah.
Good movement there from Mini. I actually think every Terran player right now keeps their dropship in too long. Drop the Vultures and get out. You don't need to save the Vultures. Those are on a one-way mission. Save the dropship. I see it way too much. I do it too. It's stupid.
When they drop me and I get the dropship, I feel pretty good about it, even if they got a couple probes.
Yeah.
I'm like, all right, whatever. Like, you know, where if the dropship comes in and drops and gets out, it's like, oh, God, now I'm going to make 1 cannon at every single base, even if you never drop me there again.
Well, right now, Mini is taking his 4th base up at 12 o'clock. Sock, you know, continuing those upgrades forward. That's the main part of what he's doing right now. He's still getting some good rotations on the Vultures, and kind of he has a very good idea of what Mini is up to, which is a very important aspect for Terran. But this factory count is hilariously low. We're 11 minutes and 30
seconds. He has like 11
in.
gates.
By the way, this is when best maxes out in a standard game. We're at 135 supply against 102. But, of course, this is because of strange openers engaging. I'm just trying to give, like, a level to show you guys that we're in this very weird game. Very low unit counts at the moment.
Okay.
Do you have a plan of action for your September break? Or are you more of an in-the-moment person?
One of the funny things about when you have the 4 Templars in the shuttle...
I know what my plans and my goals are for the 2 months.
It's one of the only times that Terran can't do this vulture surround bullshit.
And it's to get
where they just come out and
like all the advertising and everything, like figure out stuff with that so that by the time I go back to work, I have that all in hand and ready to go. It's kind of just taking some time to like do housekeeping, get everything in fucking order, figure out what I want to fucking do. Get the art started.
Some Protosses will just sit on this kind of tech. Some will go for armor later. Others can go for carrier.
Just in general, kind of relax for a little bit.
But, the idea is, as they push out, you unload 1 to 2 Templars. By the way, not all of them. Just 1 or 2.
But the main goal is to work on like improving the YouTube and pumping out like more stories,
build up damage over time.
Writing more smut. And making another smut book for Kindle.
From that starport?
Those are probably like the 3 main things.
Is making wraiths. He
right,
has
advertisement, do more for YouTube, and smut.
That is very uncommon, especially consider. Okay, you went 2 and Vessel, so that's going to
be interested in getting map set
that's really
up for you, but I'm not sure if you really like being confined into your schedule. You seem like someone who likes to be flexible. It's a little
observer hit squad. Right?
Looks that way. Yeah.
Wraiths, 2 of them can kill an observer pretty fast. It's an interaction you don't really think about when you think about StarCraft. You don't think about Wraiths, you know.
I don't know what that has to do with the deadline.
Still shooting down observers that without speed, but yeah, I guess you can kill that pretty easily. I actually thought this
like
was
a schedule
oriented towards the shuttle.
I did too at first.
I thought maybe
schedule
because there's no shuttle speed. I thought, well, maybe he like defensive matrices like the Wraiths or something, and just like tries to kill the shuttle, and then when the shuttle's gone, you don't have the 8 to 12 storms that you would have.
I don't know what you mean by confined into a schedule.
Push.
Well, here comes the shuttles. He's not going to be able to kill those too quick. He's microing the Wraiths so hard. That doesn't... Dude, that's not... I don't think that's good use of your time, is doing Wraith micro during a battle on the shuttles. But you know what? He has a great defense matrix there. He has a great spread of tanks.
2 HP!
So Mini loses quite a large chunk of his army there and has to back up.
So, alright, planned events. It wouldn't really be a schedule.
This right now.
That would be crazy.
I mean, that's going to be pretty wild. But, you know, it's happened to Mini before. Mini's like someone who's been to multiple ASL finals, but at the same time, he really does struggle in these, you know, not
up to you mostly, but I could send you ideas at least.
Sometimes.
Well, he's too willing to do insane strats. Like, I think his base level beats Sock most of the time.
I mean, we have the basics of it. We just need to, like...
You're trying to catch, man. Right. Like, Terrans are good against
we just need
DTs.
to, like...
We don't die to DTs nowadays.
Detail
it,
right?
Something that people do.
Like, I know where all the cities are. I know what all the biomes are.
Game where Terran didn't have detection. It doesn't happen.
I just don't know, Beezus. That's the thing. It's not necessarily... a yes or a no.
It's like eventually you play enough StarCraft, you kind of learn. Okay, like this is someone I can beat. I could beat them with this crazy cheese. I could silent them, but I can beat them. So maybe I should play a boring game. Like, yeah, that's such a complicated late game, a failed proxy DT rush. Why would I get him trying this like several times.
Give me an exact date you're taking off.
I
can get something basic.
How is it targeting the shuttle in the back? How do you get that kind of draw? Did you see that?
All of September and all of October, Beezus.
Okay.
Go back in November.
That was wild.
For the holidays.
The back shuttle that some players now put the shuttle with high temperatures in the front.
Yeah, it's literally just September to October.
Like, Best did that against Sharp last season.
That's why I was confused, because I'm like, I've said this like 4 times. It's a 2-month hiatus.
Yeah, like how
September and October. So I thought I made it pretty clear.
And then you just grab it and then right click on.
So I was like, schedule.
Super fast move there. He didn't even get a shot on the other.
The reason I'm taking the time off isn't necessarily due to scheduling. It's more of just due to I need like I need dedicated time to myself for research because like I want to research like actual companies that I can pay to like work with to improve my content, right? And see like search engine optimization, like redoing like most of the videos on the Talks channel. Even though I don't really care about that, it's the stories channel I care about. Really, generalizing it sometime in October. No, it's set in stone. It's been done. The 27th is my last day because it's my sister's birthday on the 31st.
He's doing a good job in a lot of ways.
That just gives me a couple of extra days.
But he's only on 5
because I didn't know exactly when my sister's party was going to be because of other people's schedules and stuff.
Nothing for Mini. Mini has 000. He has 2 forages in 000.
No way.
What?
That's insane, man. What?
See, I told you guys, Mini is falling the fuck apart.
I was imagining, yeah.
If he loses this game, it's because he's tilted.
How do you have 0-0?
Yeah. Because Sock is about to hit 3-3.
I think now Mini will lose this.
Yeah.
This is so much harder for Mini because, like, you can have 1 forge. I almost feel like everybody should have 2 forges at this point in time. Like, it's not that much money, and like it does matter in the long run. But like, there are games, okay, you go all the way up to +3 attack, and then you go all the way up to +3 armor, or you do like attack and armor, attack. There's a couple different patterns you can follow there, but like, you do need to have the upgrades. Terran's army is already a 3-3 Terran army is better than a 3-3-3 Protoss army, like Zealot, Dragoon versus Tank Vulture. So like, I'm just blown away, and I don't.
Mini is tilted. I think Mini is actually dropping off as a professional player.
Like, I don't know, 2 extra
has the same competitive mindset that I have in esports. I went from the #1 player in the world at 3 separate champs in League of Legends when I was in Grandmasters, all the way down to Platinum in about 2 months. Sounds about right, Beezus.
Sock's third base, and then walks Dragoons into a completely undefended 4th, and is going to snipe the command center. That is a big deal right there. Sock needed that 4th base. He had nothing over there defending.
And even with all this slop, I think Mini's still going to win. Mini is just not playing well at all. I like trains. So does your mom, Smokey. We ran one on her last night. Oh, man, I used to be cracked at video games, and now I can't even aim to save my life. Old age is a scary thing, Beezus. There are not many more things that I'm more terrified of than old age.
I mean, shuttles are just so much better when they have the speed upgrade. You can do more micro tricks, you can get more storms off. So why not throw a Reaver in there? A Reaver's also a really difficult unit to deal with in isolated situations.
I love it, Smokey.
Yeah, I don't mind seeing it, especially considering he's 0-0-0 still against 3-2. So at least the Scarabs will get some damage done. He just started his forge upgrades. He just started. The only saving grace is how much damage he did to Sock's economy. Because 3-2, like, if Sock had 4 mining bases, I would just turn the VOD off.
Ah, fine. Fuck you, Smokey.
But, like, he actually does have a chance here.
Another storm comes down here, picks away a couple tanks. You just try to kill off whatever, on the outskirts of these fights, and then you go back.
Okay.
Remax. And buy time. What Terran wants to do is plug up either the main or the natural. In this game, I really thought it would be the main. He is going to go for the natural. And then you try to push out and see what you can do there. But the problem for him is that Mini's got mass gates at both places. So it's not like, you can cut off the feed of Zealots
from any direction, right?
Fork out on the map with different sets of
I'm saying when, Smokey. When?
Zealot Reaver bombs coming in here.
When you want me to go? I don't care, because I'm going.
Man,
go!
Those bombs are
fucking ask me to toke with you, and you don't even have a fucking toke ready, bitch. Should have had your toke fucking ready to go before you said that shit.
He kills a lot. 163 to 120. Sock's
you need to make smoking easier on yourself, bro.
Is almost mined out. Looks like he will get some damage here in the top right.
Shit. Hey, I didn't smoke. Look,
desperately.
It's still in there. I didn't smoke it. I pretended.
Sock's going to push in here. He's going to take this out. This has been a bumpy game for both sides. I mean, the mini upgrade is so bad. Honestly, it's kind of hard to watch, but Sock is not growing at a rate that's healthy.
I absolutely do, Smokey. You can light a fire under your fucking ass.
In the kind of game they want to play, PvT. Any Protoss that's worth his stuff is going to get up to 5 bases and be like, okay, I can work off this for a while. Yes, we'll probably eventually have to get a 6th base here or take another main, but all you really want to do is
dude, you don't even know your fucking grinder. I'm putting the bong back.
And even though
you've disappointed me, Smokey. I'm putting the bong back. Let me know when. I'm not holding on to that.
Have an upgradeless Protoss right now, or I guess what he's got plus.
I thought you were at least close to ready.
Well, you're definitely right about that. Like, Storm doesn't care about upgrades at all, and that's like a huge percentage of his damage. And the Zealot bombs are another big part. So, yeah, I guess you are right. It's a good optimistic outlook. Like, well, he does have upgrades, but it doesn't matter because of Storm damage. Yeah, and that's definitely helping him here. But if Sock slows the game down, like, it's going to take Mini a while to. It's really hard to break entrenched positions basically with a comp like this. Like, look at this. Oh, my God. So cost inefficient for Mini. You couldn't, like, that's, well, maybe it gets better right here. Still trying to drop out on those tanks.
He still
can't. He's in a good spot. He's got
those amazing upgrades. Mini's just going for the war of attrition.
Like 50 supply from Mini.
And you say, you know what? I don't even care. I'm just going to rush him.
Yeah. Mini, a little bit of an overextension there. We never really get these games. I said this either yesterday or the day before, but, like, Terran, if they get the entire bottom side of the map, they will win in a long game.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Just like we talked about, Protosses generally need to kill the Zerg with a push. The Terran generally needs to kill the Terran with a push. Doesn't mean they can't win in an end game or like a really long drawn out game. But when they do win, they get up to 5 bases, or they end up taking the bottom, like on this map, just the whole bottom row bases.
Welcome. How's it going, good sir? It's been a while. How are you?
And from there, the Protoss
found it. You finally found your grinder, Smokey. Thank God. Are you ready yet, or do you have to grind and roll still?
And so if they're able to take half of that, it's.
Are you still reading Dune, Dorn?
It's one of the reasons why
yo
most games
mom
get to a position where they can't lose. They have a Nexus
doing pretty
and
good. Hell yeah!
not just one main,
watching
but
the
2.
ASL
So
Starcraft final, World Championships round of round of 24.
It's hard to push into the other 2 mains. And
fuck!
Protoss can basically like, just stay back with Dragoons and storm. The ramp or the low ground and back away, and eventually the Terran doesn't have anywhere to expand because they can't take a natural that easy either with the Protoss in the main. But yeah, I mean, with how small and weak Mini is right now.
9, 8. Reading Hitchhiker's
right
Guide, Book 3, Life, Universe, and everything.
with
Oh, hell yeah, Dorn. That's what I gotta watch. I said that the other day, guys, that I wanted to watch
He
shit.
just has a worse army overall compared to Terran, and so I feel like Terran can really stretch out on his side of the map.
And I don't think Mini has the economy to switch into carrier. Like, that would be the one way if Terran does take half the map that you would still have chances to win, is if you get a good fleet of carriers going, because they kind of outscale mech. But he's nowhere near that. You can't imagine that at any point in this game. Yeah, maybe moving a little bit too far with these tanks. I'm not sure why he's moving so far forward when he's at 137 supply and his base is all being strong. Really feel like he should sit back in a really defensive stance. He's playing against shuttles. Like, you're supposed to mostly defend against this. There's no reason to get your bases up, keep them up, prevent your opponent from killing all your workers. But instead, he's like in the middle of the map with his tanks, which, like, if he's just.
I was supposed to download and watch Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy.
He's gonna lose this game.
Instead, I watched The Thing.
Nice storm drop over here, or one of them. He's gonna get the looks like he's very preoccupied.
Jesus.
I mean, it's weird. Like,
good
stock
shit.
has just sort of been so small.
Thank you for the entertainment, Smokey. You're a good person. Oh my God.
We're seeing a very
here we go. Here we go again, guys.
In each of these bases.
I'm joking.
I'm curious to see what the actual SCV count is in this game.
You mean you're joking,
the main
Muffin?
Is mined out. I'm sorry, the main and the natural is mined out. So
you're joking.
On the outside that are being stormed over and over and over again.
I'll choke you.
Because of that, it seems like Sock can.
Guys, I think Mini's gonna fucking lose.
Maybe Mini actually does.
He has no gas. He's loading 4K minerals.
To 3-3 and possibly
like,
even shield upgrades with that too.
Oh my God.
His engages are only going to get better.
Okay, do a chair dance instead of that toke I just bought.
Oh, you're not. Look at this. Over and over, he just doesn't have enough defensive space.
You're not.
Like, this base gets stormed to hell all the time when you play TVP on this map, so you got to be careful about that.
Jesus.
Now, there is some counter vulture
You're not stealing my toke from me, bitch.
Still does have a good
That's my
base
toke.
over here, although Mini's starting to attack that. I don't know if he has enough.
This time you're a fraud, Smokey. Give me my toke. Where's my toke? Where's
big
your
drops in
700
over here,
septillion now,
hitting these
bitch?
tanks. And, you know, Sock actually
Fine,
has
he'll
a
talk
lot
with
of
you.
gas in the bank, so it's not like he can't make tanks that
Thanks.
quickly. But really, the problem for him is, like, look how slowly the minerals are climbing for Sock on the upper right ticker.
Okay.
He's barely
I mean, this
mining.
looks like it's.
Are we going? Or are
it
we
looks
waiting?
like it's
I don't
moving at the
know.
rate that you get at the start of the game after the workers.
Say
split.
goofle
You know what I
badooloo
mean? Like,
padooku
it's very,
foo
very low.
roo
There's a bit
roo
of a storm
padoo
drop
doo
here.
wait.
Again, these SCVs
And
are
then
being carted around the map
once you say
constantly.
that, then
Remember
we'll go.
that it's not like there's a medic here or that the SCVs have
Okay.
any time or money to repair each other. So you see these storms.
So go on
some
sudo
SCVs die,
rupoo
but
to foo boo
some of these
boo
SCVs could
badoo
be so
doo doo
squishy.
roo
You could like send one Zealot in there and it would one shot, you know, 12 SCVs one by one just run down the line and start killing
the
everything.
SCV sitting there at the freaking.
Oh man, those are two tanks.
Yeah,
getting
no,
some huge
it's
volumes
Mini's
as Army
cleaning
attacks
house.
up, but he's gonna
Mini's
have to
cleaning
lift up
house.
the space. The fact that that's his third,
Oh,
and
man,
he's
this is so
nowhere
cool.
near mined out at 27 minutes is insane to me. That shows you how much economic damage Mini has been doing throughout the game. Sock still walking around with this siege tank-based army. There's 3 mining bases for Mini right now and 1 for Sock. Sock is at half the supply.
Yeah.
You should have done it with the TTS.
It really looked for a little bit
Smoky.
like Sock would take this, but
Gadoo fuga boo la la bad bud
and then he just
guff
was attacking
USA Ugu
into a position where Mini needed him to attack to get the right engagements because his upgrades were so
Oh,
bad.
that's a powerful word there,
Very,
Smokey. I
very
love
kinda
it.
rough to see here from Sock. He's
What
gonna
a
be
shit
kicking himself after this
TTS
game
you
if Mini
would
wins.
be.
I was talking about how he'd be getting the
I'd be like
3-3 eventually. He's not upgrading out of the forges.
Durma Kerfer her.
You got
Oh,
one
that says
stop.
probably.
Yeah, man, that's
My
enough.
bad.
Well,
Sir
sometimes when your economy
ins of
gets low,
oh no, that
the
means
factory
sincere.
and the
Okay, yeah,
price
sorry.
units, but his money has never really gotten that low. He's had like over 2K
Sir-
minerals almost nonstop, 500-ish gas.
Goffin
almost nonstop.
Burwap there's of
He's
course.
barely
No,
lost
no,
his
it is of
focus game.
course.
It's basically been him beating down the Terran the whole time. The Terran
You're
apparently
out.
looks
You're
scary,
out.
Mini's
But
not
how are
past
you
that point.
today? I never
Right,
ask.
the
I
Terran
just
is
troll.
so tiny and little. You know, with the PCVs that have been remade or are still alive from early on.
I'm
very,
still a
very
little
weak and
drunk,
likely to die
Smokey.
to another storm drop here soon.
Roxy's out here for one
You
more
know,
day.
I-
Tomorrow
honestly,
we're going
Mini's
out to
having a
Boston
really
Pizza.
bad,
I don't really
game
fucking
here.
care.
This is one of the worst
Shut.
games
You're
I've
supposed to
seen. I
say
know he's
shut
gonna
the
win,
fuck up.
Yeah,
I
but,
didn't
like,
ask.
He's looking really rough.
I can't disagree with you. It's just like,
Oh,
the
man.
fact that he just continually hasn't upgraded the other than that,
I'm
I guess,
so. This
that
is
is
the
a huge
laziest
mistake.
game
And he's
Mini
made
is
that
ever gonna
Fuck up, I
win.
didn't
times now.
ask.
I'm also
True,
kind of sad
Smokey.
about Sock because it seemed like he got himself in a good position.
He's
Like
just.
when he was 3-2 against
Yeah.
0-0-0
He was
and
so
had 4
in such a good
bases,
spot.
You should never lose that
Oh.
position.
Yeah.
And he just was like so sloppy on his attacks. He keeps walking around with like an almost pure siege tank army now.
Yeah. Where is Vultures? He should have like 40
Good
Vultures.
D-Matrix is really good.
Go
ones.
play games.
Incredibly good ones.
Fuck
He's
this
got a
China
splatter
versus.
army.
This is Korea versus Korea.
I
And
tell you,
Smokey.
D-Matrix is such a
Smokey.
good counter against Psystorm.
August 29th,
Yeah,
Path of
it's
Exile,
really
Third
frustrating for the Protoss.
Edict,
When I see a
Act
D-Matrix, I just run. I'm
4,
not gonna
3
fight.
interlude
Yeah.
acts.
This could not go well for me. I'll just hope that you don't have this later on. So it's 90 supply.
That's what I'm gonna do. Is
If
me
had
and PoE
upgraded, he should
too.
be at 3-3, like. he
Oh,
should be
the
at 3-3 a long
rise
time
of the
ago. This army will fight a
abyssal.
little
We
bit
gonna
better.
voice?
I mean,
Oh,
you
it's
can
gonna
really
be
see how
sick,
hard it is for
Smokey.
Protoss to kill
We're gonna
anything
pop
just
the
in
fuck
combat.
off.
Zealot Dragoon combat versus Vulture tank with mines there, especially when.
And since the 27th is my last day of work,
He's
I have
gonna
those
finally
days
push up
off.
Here.
It's
How
fucking
many minerals
perfect.
Are at these bases, by the way. Okay, big bomb
It's
coming
gonna
in
be
here.
9/11 all
what's so
over
strong
again.
about Mad
Yes,
Battle like
Smokey, it is.
you just
It's
come
like
in,
the
and
new
siege tank damage just spread
420.
across. You heard Artosis go, "Unsiege."
It's fucking
Savage.
scary.
What am I watching? Unsiege your
Parsamashti. Parsamashti? Welcome, welcome.
The
How's it
siege
going,
tank
good sir?
into these
spreads
structures.
amongst the Terran army. And they killed it. And so, like, yeah, it's why you never want to fight with small armies. Versus,
I can get behind that, Smokey.
Protoss and this
You
kind
can
of a
take
game
my
where
tower
he's
down with
gotta
your
fight.
balls.
Man, this game has just been a series.
building
of car crashes,
7.
tasteless.
Have you added to my story
It has
yet?
been tough.
We got a
Sock-
I
couple of
want
crash
you to
dummy
upload
gamers
it.
here.
What
Sock is
story,
like-
Smokey?
He's barely got anything. He's floated his command centers out.
Was kind
He's
of
trying
gay.
to have two mining
How gay
bases.
is it?
On two
Is it
mining
high
bases
gay
with
or
2-3,
low
You're
gay?
still like kind of in the game.
I mean, that's
Mini-
pretty high.
you
567%
just
gay.
decide
That's
that
pretty
those
gay.
extra upgrades are not worth
You
as
know,
much as one
I
more
could
Dragon
spread that
and
out
one more
pretty
High
evenly
Templar.
across you guys.
It's-
There you go,
it's
Smokey. So
kinda
you're not
crazy to
as
see, but
gay.
He is mining from
No,
some
you're
bases
less
to, like,
gay.
12 o'clock, top right natural. He doesn't actually have probes
Oh,
at that
you're
top
gayer
right third
today.
base.
You're
Which
gayer
he definitely
overall.
should
Just you're not
fix pretty
gayer
soon
than
here.
me.
Now another bomb in. Oh God, these Psy Storms. Dude,
Great
that
side storms there.
Yeah. This is me.
The push coming
Jabba.
here out the center of the map. Sock is a husk of a Terran at this point in time.
He's got 66 supply, man. But never give up with Terran.
Gotta do what you gotta
Keep going
do.
forever. Okay, I don't think
One
that
storm
might
for an
drag.
SCV. You'll never make this refinery now.
Mini
Never
is
give
out
up,
of
keep
bank.
strong and edge.
Mini's out of bank.
Edge
if
every
Sock
day.
could clear one more army, he still has a chance in this game.
Yeah, that is true. Like he's, the resources are going to drop. No, hold on. But Mini has that new base on the below the main at the right.
GG.
Okay, GG.
Oof.
Everyone knew it. Even Minnie knew it.
Close, I feel like.
We're gonna.
Yeah.
He was like, "How did I play so bad?"
Before this game ends, we're
Skip
gonna watch
segment.
Sock keel over and be about to die, and Mini has to suck the last breath of air out of his mouth to take his soul. That was.
I thought you were gonna
It
say.
was such
yeah. Yeah.
no, Artosis. This is a family show. No, I mean it's like that was rough watching him slowly die out.
It
You know,
was.
he's like at 65 supply, and there's every building is on fire, just in the orange, not in the red. It's not burning down. Like not a single unit's at full HP. Kind of a slow slog of a game. I thought you'd like my.
Boo! Why? No!
Horny
Talking.
towards the end of that.
Just
That's so crazy. You have
look.
such a dirty mind. Why are you so horny all the time?
Four.
Oh, that's what you thought. I thought, oh, Tasus, you're the one. Oh, gross. No.
Artosis.
Oh.
People are watching this at home with their families.
Oh, man. I don't know what they're going to show here, but I don't even want to see it because all they should show is the forge is not spinning. Like,
yeah, that should be it. They should zoom in on that.
And the fact that Sock is sitting on 4 base with 3-2 against 0-0-0, and he is attack moving across the map into Psystorm blows my mind. Also, this, if he had simply if they're bombing on you, unsiege. Holy crap!
Sorry.
Who would have thought? Watch this.
Damn it! You got to him before me, motherfucker.
The damage is from the siege tanks, not from the zealots.
Thanks for the follow.
Yeah, I mean,
Fuck
the whole idea
off.
of dropping zealots on top is that, yeah, I mean, great, you get a melee unit there, it can hit right when it comes out, but it's because the best thing to use siege tanks to be against themselves is to take advantage of their splash.
I was mid-typing, would have been faster.
It will hurt friendly, units with friendly fire just like it will with offensive fire.
Absolutely.
With enemy fire.
Enemy fire, whatever fire
so
it is.
Fire my fire with your fire so we can fire the fire my fire. You're a fire. Oh, fire that fire.
And that does it for our matches.
That's your story,
the round of
Smokey.
24 here at ASL Season 20. As we have our second player advancing through today. It's Mini. Congratulations. Thank you.
Oh, I'm glad I banned you, Smokey, and it doesn't do the announcement when you
At the end
follow.
of that decider match, you emerge victorious. How are you
Yep.
feeling?
No, I erased it. You can't do it anymore,
I was
Smokey.
utterly hopeless today.
Yup.
During warm-up, I thought I was fine,
Fucking
but as soon
India.
as I got into the actual games, my
What
brain
the fuck
froze.
does my Honda have to
you're
do
not
with
too
your
happy then?
motherfucking life, good sir?
let's
It
go
has
back
nothing to
and
do with
talk
it, so
about
keep
the
my
first game.
mother out of your
You played
tongue,
a match
okay?
that was very characteristic of your style. What did you focus on when playing against Saber? After the first Zealot, I wanted
Why
to
you
play as
anger my
Saber
life?
as can be
You
and
anger
play
my
as
wife.
relaxed as I could.
And bad wife, bad life. So you anger my wife,
The game
I
that
fuck
followed
your life.
In an unfortunate defeat, how did you compose yourself?
Say it like Borat.
Sorry, what did you say? How did you compose yourself before the final match?
했어야 되는 게임이거든.
To be honest, even that winners match, I should have taken it, but my
실수로 게임을 졌다라고 생각하거든.
I made a wrong call, and that cost me the game. So that really affected my mentality. I was not in the right frame of mind.
Yeah, he was so fucking tilted.
Right. And so getting a grip was very much a priority. Now, before the final match actually started, you were sitting there with a smile on your face, a smile that said a lot. And
not
what was the meaning behind that smile?
Okay, let's talk, Smokey.
Oh, I just asked Sak in chat, hey, you said you wanted to get revenge on Soma. Why did you lose? And well, he responded with this and that, and it made me laugh.
This better be
what
I think it is, Smokey.
Now, this expo into Dark Templar build, was this a secret weapon you prepared? No, originally didn't plan on playing it. I wanted to play as safe as possible, go up to Robo and macro safely. That's why I practiced.
It will never get old.
He wasn't scouting. I suddenly felt I want to play it, so I played it, and I'm glad I did. Oh, I see. But the game did not end there. It kept going back and forth for so long. I want to ask about that situation.
You ever scam me, Fruit Toke? I will send this.
But I couldn't focus properly. I didn't break the turrets,
perfect.
so the game went long. It should have ended there, but it didn't. I think it was me who put myself on the back foot.
That is threat.
The game should have ended, but it didn't.
Ooga booga booga.
I kept thinking I should attack as soon as my opponent comes out, but
Dooga wooga fooga booga wooga.
yeah, he didn't come out. He didn't.
Say
try to
ooga
expand
booga
quickly, so
fooga
I just ended
wooga
up
dooga rooga
stifling myself.
tooga booga fooga wooga.
Many people were
In
waiting to see
TTS
you
when
would
you're
start
ready.
your upgrades. Do you think it was a mistake? Oh, that one too. Well, my idea was to fight ASAP. I thought that I was ahead and fighting would put me in a winning position. But he didn't leave his base to expand. I ended up forgetting about upgrades. I didn't split my workers correctly, so I wasn't mining well. Even though I was so ahead, I just did it all to myself. And so many advances to the round of 16.
How did you fuck that up?
What can we expect from you in the round of 16? I will make sure I don't hinder myself. I will get upgrades. I'll try and play as composed as I can. Can't wait to see how far this composed play takes you. Many people showed up to the studio to lend you their support, and many are cheering online. Do you have anything to say to them? Many people worry for me ahead of the round of 24. Regardless of being a tier 1 player, I have hardly ever advanced through the winners match, so a lot of people worry. But I advanced, and I'll have to get a good performance in the round of 16. Can't wait. Well, that does it for our interview with Minnie, who advances to the round of 16. Thanks for the interview. Oh, sorry, can I thank the people who helped me practice? Yes, please go ahead. Royal,
please fully
Queen,
enjoy this
and
immersive
also
experience.
Hero. I played with them before today's games. The Zergs are doing so well, so much so I couldn't take a game. They play really well. I hope they advance so we can meet in the round of 16. Can't wait to see you in the round of 16. Thanks for the interview.
That's weird. Why is the stream black? You're black,
was our interview
Joku.
with Minnie. We have one more gift from Google Play for our ASL Season 20 fans. Here is a Google Play code you can redeem for points. The code that you can see on the screen, you can redeem it in the Google Play app after going into checkout. For the first 500 people they will get 1,000 points. Please go ahead.
God damn, Smokey. How do you make it sound so fucking perfect?
With this code, you can get discounts in various apps and games.
Good, you can rest now.
Use it however you wish.
Oh, God.
This is a gift from Google Play exclusively for ASL fans. We hope you use the
GG.
code. And it's time to say goodbye.
Indeed. GG. Oh, damn.
Guys,
Somebody asked if you was
so
trans.
much for joining us.
Yeah, I know, some
on what was
rando.
an amazing 3 days of the ASL.
No, I'm
Soma
just a
and Minnie
femboy, bro.
It's kind of like what we said, although we thought Minnie would get out before Soma, but a group that was pretty predictable, right? And honestly, I think these are the guys we wanted to advance.
I would agree. I would agree. Soma and Minnie are just like really much stronger than these other guys, even though Minnie like does his best to mess up best of 1 matches. Like that's That's his ultimate.
What's the
weak point,
difference?
special ones.
One is fake and one is
it's
real.
So weird to see. But yeah, I'm really looking forward to seeing how deep these guys get. And as we see the round of 16 start to shape up,
Femboys are real.
Protoss takes the lead.
Yeah, we've got Best, Bisu, Mini, and Snow. Although we don't have that many more Protosses left. I think the do not worry, Zergs and Terrans. I think your guys are going to fill in pretty nicely there.
Yeah.
We have a small number of Protosses in this season of ASL, but they're
The next round, guys, is 4 fucking
so a lot of
Zergs.
times by the time we get to the
It's
round
gonna
of
be
8,
like
we
a
almost always end up with that
45-minute
golden
thing.
ratio.
Yeah. Almost always. It's very rare.
That
we
means
don't.
you want to morph into a Gudu
So it's
Fuggable
gonna be
Alabad
a
Buttagufasagu.
absolutely insane Zerg
Yes.
brawl here for Group D. Queen, Hyun, Effort,
Absolutely,
Calm.
Smokey.
I have no
But
idea
only
who
for
gets out of
you.
here. You know, Hyun and Calm have extremely good ZVZ. We've seen this before. You know, Queen and Effort are, I think, the more established of the two.
No
You know,
worries.
get
Fuck
your
you, Smokey.
notepads out. You're going to learn a lot when Artosis really break down ZVZ, a matchup that we are.
Half
very-
points,
especially
Smokey.
on the
Here,
understand.
take points.
This is,
There,
this
I
is
just
really
gave
our
you
blind
points.
spot, as casters and BBB,
You are
but
free to have
should be
points,
fun. I
Smokey.
do think ZVZ's had some really interesting changes. We've seen
Yeah, I
like,
have. Fuck
extractors
you, Smokey.
taken
I gave you
at
points
naturals without a
yesterday.
hatchery there, like long distance
Shut
mining to
up.
kind of get a gas boost. We've had hatcheries placed in unusual spots. I don't know. ZVZ's had a lot of cool stuff going on.
Smokey,
the last couple
I'll
years, so it
give
should be
you
a fun day.
points if
And
you
the
can
last time we
answer
saw
this
high
question
ZVZ,
correctly.
It did have effort
And it
in
was my
so
birthday yesterday.
Maybe something can happen in that group coming
Wasn't
up.
it your
I
birthday
hope
the
so.
day before
It should still be
yesterday,
pretty
Smokey?
exciting, although it will probably be our fastest day we've
I
ever
wish I
had
could
in
give away
ASL
Twitch
history.
points. Seriously, not being
But
able
yeah,
to
there
zero
you go.
those is
I hope
annoying.
you guys have enjoyed this week, and we will see you next week. Any final words there, Tasteless?
We love you guys. Get on the Patreon. Do it. Sign up. We will see you next week. Take care. Bye-bye.
All right.